Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? We are back with another episode of The Boys in the Back on this UFC 316 fight week. I am very excited to be here as I forget to turn off my speakers like I do every week.
The classic Connor Burks audio.
Like I do every week. He said my name. I am Connor Burks. 1/3 of The Boys in the Back, joined alongside my man, the myth, the legend.
I'm going wide today because I feel good.
Own your space.
Yeah.
The UFC is just across the river over in Newark, New Jersey, baby, Brick City. I'm feeling good, man. I'm excited for this card. Once I dove a little bit deeper into it, I was really like, man, there's some consequential fights on this one.
Like, I agree with you. There's some fights underneath the top two that I love, but I absolutely adore the top two. Like, they're as good as they go.
We'll get into that in just a moment. We'll have Jordan Leavitt, who's coming off a big win over Kurt Holoba this past weekend on UFC Apex 107.
The Monkey King himself.
The Monkey King himself. One of the most eccentric guys in the UFC. I'm really excited to talk to him. We were talking before the show, we've had this great string of like really fun guests, guys that I feel like they are boys in the back now. Who's coming off a big win over so I'm excited to have him on, to be able to talk to him. And then we will do pound for pound rankings, best jerseys. We have Fight Feast Venezuelan food. And then we'll do our bets, voicemails, super chats. I mean, it is a stacked show. I'm very excited for this weekend, and I am very excited for this program. Before we get into that, though, I did want to give one shout out to our guy, Oven, the man who creates all of our thumbnails. We always kind of throw some crazy ones at him. This week in Newark, New Jersey, we were like, what can we do? Can we do a Sopranos theme? Can we do a Jersey Shore theme? We ultimately, because we both love the television show, we decided on The Sopranos, and I mean, he absolutely killed it. I look decent. This is you in 15 years. Paulie Walnuts, this is you.
Ricky Walnuts, I saw the chat, like when the chat logs on before every show, they're kind of doing like, hey, how are you to the other chat members. They're all loving the thumbnail. So shout out to Oven.
Shout out to Oven.
Absolutely destroyed it.
Kills it every week. We come up with these weird, wacky ideas, and he doesn't really ask any questions. He's just like, sounds good, got it, man.
Before I even like finish, I was like, does that all make sense? He's like, I got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely killed it.
Let me give one more shout out because I've been forgetting to do this for a few weeks now. I want to give a shout out to Bill Steinmetz, longtime fan of the show.
The man.
Mensch of all mensches. Jordan, on-air Jordan, has been known to say that somebody's the nicest person in the world when they are, in fact, just a nice person and not the nicest person in the world. Bill Steinmetz, certified the nicest person in the world. Always been kind to the show, always been kind to me and my family. Shout out to Bill Steinmetz.
Mensch gets thrown around as well.
Number one.
He is like the definition.
Yes.
Textbook. Webster's Dictionary.
We saw him in Vegas last time we were there. He gave us some patches. Las Vegas police officer. Legend. Absolute legend. Thank you, Bill. You're the best.
Man, warm that shout out counter up. We're getting that thing going today, baby. We're heating that thing up. All right, UFC 316, like we said, takes place right across the river in Newark, New Jersey. The sixth borough, as I like to call it. I think everyone here in New York can agree. The unofficial sixth borough, Newark, New Jersey.
Yes.
No pushback there.
No.
We're all loving it. I love it. Newark, New Jersey, the sixth borough.
I'm disgusted at the moment.
Main event, Ronda taking on Sean O'Malley.
One thing before we go to that.
Okay.
There was some news this morning that I think is important to touch on.
Good call.
Vasily Lomachenko.
Yes.
Legend of boxing. One of the guys that, as I was there's been various points where I've been up and down with boxing. Like, I've been more in at times, and then I've kind of come out, and then I've kind of jumped in and out. But he's always been somebody that like captured the imagination in an incredible way. He was on such an incredible streak. And he's just somebody who, regardless of like what the rest of the boxing landscape looked like, he was a must-watch type of fighter. He was the guy that kind of carried the torch for smaller weight classes and was somebody who put on an exciting performance every time out. It's not the, huge knockout power, but it was just how skilled technically he was, the footwork, the angles, everything he did. And then the outside the ring stuff where you see his training. He was just this like very unique character in the boxing space. And I feel like he's kind of like in recent years, because of the inactivity, right? He's had a few like high level matchups, but now it's been fewer and further between. It's felt like he's kind of been on the back burner. But man, in his prime, Vasily Lomachenko was like untouchable and
when that
one of the
man
best.
entered the Matrix.
Yes.
There was nothing like it. I actually thought he beat Devin Haney in that fight a few years ago. It was
close.
It was a fantastic performance at his age against an undefeated guy in Devin Haney. He will be missed. 37 years old. I feel like it's a right time to hang him up, but he will be missed.
It's one of those things, like we see Pacquiao coming out of retirement right now. Like, could Lomachenko fight for a few more years? I certainly think he could. As you said, like, he's in fights with the cream of the crop, the young generation, and Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, guys like that, and still hanging to the point that people like you are thinking, okay, he might have actually edged that fight, and I don't think that's a controversial take at all. Could he continue to fight? Probably. He's such a high-level boxer. I think he could continue to fight, but he's one of those guys that his greatness was the thing that made him special. It was the fact that he was so much better than everybody, the way he looked when he was in the ring. For him to call it a career now, he doesn't need to do that. His career is set. Like, everybody knows what a legend this guy was. The amateur career was one of the most remarkable we've seen. And so shout out to Vasily Lomachenko. One of my favorites to watch for sure.
Honor Jordan was giving me a stat before we went on air here. Pardon the pun there, on air to on air. How many amateur fights did you say, Jordan?
Like nearly 300, I think.
397 is what I've
400. Holy shit, yeah.
Here's the graphic.
396 and 1?
Yeah.
What's so crazy in amateur boxing? 396 and 1, 19 KOs.
Yeah. Well, amateur boxing, but also lighter weight classes. Like, he's not a big hitter. He's not a heavyweight, but yeah, the man, like, and there was a while where that professional record was Sterling. Didn't have those 3 losses, and he was just looked at as this god of boxing. I believe that he is worthy of the accolades that he has received and the praise that he has received over the years. And as I said, like, paired that with being extremely exciting in a weight class where it's not like huge knockout power. Shout out to Vasily Lomachenko.
Shout out to him, man. While we're doing news and notes,
yes,
a very quick, brief one. Yesterday, we found out that our man, speaking of fun interviews, Malcolm Wellmaker, will be returning to the octagon next week against Chris Matinho on UFC Atlanta.
How about Chris? Ever get an easy fight, Chris?
Never.
Just game back to the UFC, and it's like, yes, get in here with a super powerful killer. And obviously we know he made his debut against Sean O'Malley in that crazy one where he got pieced up like 300, 400 times.
And I mean, and Malcolm Wellmaker, he's been calling for this fight since his last fight. So you have to
Atlanta.
think that
he's been calling for Atlanta.
He's been calling to be on the UFC Atlanta card. So you have to think that Chris Moutinho was probably not the first option. I would imagine that some people said no to accepting a fight with Malcolm.
Chris ain't gonna say no. You know that.
On a month's notice. Yeah, he's getting an opportunity, man. He's back. I want to say he's on like a decent winning streak outside of the UFC.
Yeah,
I feel like he's had some success.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in a row
for Matinho.
Shout out.
You wanna stamp yourself into the UFC, get a win over the undefeated Malcolm Wellmaker, who's as hot as they come right now in the bantamweight division.
It's the debut and the coming back thing for me. Like, debut against Sean O'Malley,
comes back,
drop it, come back. Oh, Malcolm Wellmaker,
another undefeated guy. Here you go, man. Enjoy.
Crazy.
And the fact that it's happening in 9 days.
Yes, I mean Moutinho. He's tough as they come.
I'll be there. I'll be in the building for it. I can't wait for that one. Very excited to see what the walkout song is. He teased it on this program. He's going to customize it for Atlanta.
What did we ultimately end up with? What did he say he was going to go?
I started mentioning like 2016 Young Thug and Future, and he was like, all right, chill. Like, that's going to be the one. So
okay. We'll see what it ultimately is. Does he shout out the boys in the back when he walks out?
Nah, no shot. We'll be there. I will be loud and proud cheering on.
That was a who the fuck is we, Frank. That was an opportunity for one of those. Because I will not be there, but I will be cheering from afar.
You guys have much better things to do, I understand.
No, Atlanta's beautiful. I'd love to go, but I got things to do.
All right, UFC 316.
Who the fuck is we?
All right.
Whoa, that was super low.
It was also super late.
Frank is having some technical difficulties.
You're right back here, Frank?
We said in the Slack, he had to do some things, don't hit him up, and first thing Rick does, hits him up.
Wait, it says that? I'm looking at the slide.
Yeah, Frank restarting the computer. So
it does say that. Okay, sorry.
Okay, all right.
Who the fuck is we?
For the third time now. No more balks.
No more.
UFC 316.
Yes.
Pay-per-view in Newark, New Jersey this weekend. Headlined by Murad Dvalishvili, the champion now, taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley, the challenger, the reverse of what we saw at the Sphere in September of last year. 48-47 on two judges' scorecards. I had it 49-46. Like, thought you could even make an argument for a 50-45. I know O'Malley hurt him with the teeps in the 5th round.
I did not have it as a close fight. I'll say that.
Especially rounds 2 and 4 were just insanely dominant for Merab Dvalishvili. I felt like he clearly won the fight. I would have scored that as a robbery had they somehow given it to Sean O'Malley. I thought it was clearly a one-sided fight for Merab Dvalishvili. So how we got here, Merab took on Umar in January. He was able to defend his belt, give Umar Nurmagomedov his first loss of his career. Sean O'Malley came out after the fight, said he had a torn labrum. Happened about 10 weeks before the fight, had to get surgery afterward. He's done that. He now says he's healthy. He's given up social media. He's given up Jay and the Peen. He's given up smoking. He says he has completely taken everything, all the distractions in his life away. He has
by the way, had a kid.
Stopped dyeing his hair. We're not getting the rainbow. We're just.
What did you think of that? Did you like that or not?
I like it. I like it, man.
I like it too.
I think it goes really well with this whole like I'm healthy now.
Yes.
Giving up social media. All the distractions are out of my life. Yeah, look at it. We're going pink shorts. Shout out, which is sick. No colored hair. Feels like he's locked in, man.
He's here for business.
Feels like this is a business trip for Sean O'Malley. So we say all that to say, how does this fight go differently than the first one for Sean O'Malley?
So I've been thinking about this fight a lot because I've long been on record. And by the way, every time I do this, every time I go, how does this guy ever lose? They end up losing. I'm like, Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. How could he lose? He's got the path to victory right there. Turns out later he takes a completely different game plan. I do feel that way about Merab to a degree that I don't feel about other people. Like he is my highest tier. Maybe Islam. Maybe he's number 2 behind Islam in terms of I just don't know what the vulnerability is for this guy. Stylistically, he's going to be offensively a nightmare for everybody he faces. And then you have to find a way to make him suffer defensively. I thought Umar did a pretty good job in the first 2 rounds of at least stifling and neutralizing and being able to get it. But come round 3, you can't keep doing it, and he can, right? Come round 3, the cardio for him, the offense for him is just going to continue to get off. Now, granted, Umar got hurt at some point, like his, what was his hand? What was the injury? He hurt his hand.
I believe so. He posted some pictures afterwards of a swollen hand.
And that may have contributed to it, but it happens in every fight. Come round 3, that's the turning point where it's like, okay, I've given everything I can, and Merab has not given half of what he's still got left in the tank, and it's kind of a factor. So in thinking about that, I'm looking at this fight again and going like, I just don't see it. I don't know what tools Sean O'Malley has that are going to be able to hurt Merab. And then I thought about the 5th round. And then I thought about that body shot. And it looked like he was suffering.
A few of them.
Yeah, and by the way, we've seen Merab hurt before. It's not like Merab can't get hurt. Merab can be hurt.
The Marlon Moraes fight, there's a different referee in there.
It could have been stopped.
The whole bantamweight division looks different.
100%.
Like you in that first round, you could have potentially stopped it.
I agree with you fully. And we've seen that before. The problem is, if you spend all your time hunting for that, one shot that's going to put him down, you're ultimately losing that battle because Merab is accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. And it's takedown or failed takedown, punch or failed punch. And in any capacity, he's moving forward and scoring and looking like the aggressive and offensive fighter. I think a game plan that could be effective for Sean O'Malley is... I think his takedown defense is better than it gets credit for. I don't think his takedown defense is bad. I think it's actually quite good. He's good at using his leverage, and he's a very long guy. He can kind of push you down his legs or pull you up, and then he's okay in that position. Use the footwork, avoid the takedowns, or at least the takedown attempts, and maybe just go to that body. Maybe don't be looking for that headshot. Maybe don't hunt for that. Go to the body a little bit. And then when that headshot opens up, maybe take that opportunity. But I really think the path to victory that I see for Sean O'Malley, and he has smarter coaches than me. I'm sure him and Tim Welsh are working on something good, is really just punishing Merab in every exchange. Like make sure that every single time he comes in, you make him feel it. And I'm not talking it has to be the knockout blow, but just really hurt him. Really try to lay something into the body or lay something into the head that hurts him, so that every time he does that, the damage is accumulating and accumulating, and then maybe by the end you get him. But I don't like this idea that like Sean O'Malley has to sit down on one punch and knock him out, because we've seen Merab take shots, and I think he can take those. But I think if he can hurt him on every exchange, maybe by the end it can accumulate enough.
Well, I agree with you on the not having to just sit down on one punch and knock him out, because despite us disagreeing with the judges' scorecards, he's still on 2 of the judges' scorecards won 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the question for him to be able to get one more round.
That's a great one. Yeah, that's a great point.
I am ultimately with you in that, like, I think he needs to be punishing him, and I think he needs to be hurting him. I went back and watched a majority of the fight, especially that 5th round. And like Merab was hurt. Like he
was hurt.
He hits the front kick and he immediately covers it up. He hits him with it again, covers up and looks at the clock. And it just like kind of like, oh shit, man. Like I need to get out of here. I need this fight to end because I am feeling this. So I think if he's able to execute that, it doesn't have to be a shot to the body. You know, it could obviously be to the head, you know, a knee, who knows. I think that is the best game plan. I'm not saying he has to finish him, but I do think he has to make his presence known and leave him with lasting shots that's going to make him think twice before chaining together 50 takedown attempts.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's defensively thwarting Merab with strong shots. And ultimately, to your point, he won 2 of those rounds on judges' scorecards. If he accumulates enough of those, if he's able to get a few of them going, he can probably find a way to win a decision. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that's the most likely outcome because I think Merab is so good at winning decisions. Like that is his style is just that relentless pressure that wins him decisions. But if he can punish Merab, I do see the path, whereas I previously did not.
Also, there is the argument to make. If he truly was affected by that torn labrum, he's got surgery
100%.
now. And if he's 100% healthy going into this one or as close to 100% as he can be, that could make a massive difference for him.
We've seen times where fighters have said, like, I was hurt or it wasn't the best this or that. And I've kind of just, like, looked out of the side of my eye and been like, everybody's that. It was pretty clear. Like, the documentation on Sean O'Malley being less than 100% heading into that one was pretty clear. Like, him and his coaches talking about how little the training was and what the grappling looked like. By the way, the reason I put so much stock into that is because they didn't make excuses about it, right? They were saying, like, he was hurt, but we still felt like we were going to win that fight, as opposed to, like, this is what cost me the fight. I think we will see a better version of Sean O'Malley. What I wonder, though, is even if we see a better version of Sean O'Malley, is the game plan much different? Is the strategy much different? Not really. Ultimately, I think he was looking for the knockout more in the first fight than I would expect he will be looking for it in this one. I think he's now seen, hey, I can be in a close fight with this guy, even not at my best, and potentially win it. And if I punish him like I did in the 5th round, something will be there come the later rounds. Even if it's Merab just wearing down. Even if it's Merab wearing down in round 5, I'm not concerned about Sean O'Malley's volume if he's not worrying about stuffing takedowns. He can put up volume too. He can do what Merab does. He needs Merab to let off the gas a little bit, and those body shots can make him do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certain that him and Tim are going to come into this fight with a game plan that they're going to feel confident that they can win this one. I mean, as soon as the last fight ended, even while he was recovering from surgery, he's like, all I want is this rematch.
Yeah.
And like when he went on Twitter and like, you know, in jest mostly, he's just like, Sugar State Athletic Commission, I won the fight, blah, 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 but go back and watch it. He has full belief in himself that maybe he didn't win that first one, but he can beat Merab Dvalishvili.
Yeah, and he's admitted to, like, I believe when we had him on, when Ariel interviewed him, he said, like, I may not have won that fight, but I can confidently say I think it was closer than people will remember. And I don't think that's an unfair take to himself. And if you combo that with him feeling like he was not even close to at his best, and physically, I think it's clear at this point, he meant immediately to have surgery. I think that's a compelling argument.
The team also said that they didn't love the sphere. They were like, oh, the sight lines and everything.
That one I'm not putting as much stock into. The injury I am. The sphere one. And to that point, though, they in camp were replicating like the walk to the octagon. We're replicating fight conditions. We're trying to make this as real as possible. We were talking about the look. We were talking about it. He seems as locked in as we've seen Sean O'Malley. It's not about the betting, this, that, the better. It's not about the I've got a new merch drop, an energy drink of this.
Okay, so speaking of that, so locked in, the dude is like, he pushes merch like nobody's business, comes out with a new collection for each fight. If you go on his store right now, it's still like the same branding and everything from the Sphere back in September, and there's no products available. You can't buy anything. I mean, look at this. It's just empty. Every collection is empty. There's no merch being pushed. There's nothing like that. There's no collections for sale. Before every single fight, it was just like, it was already like 16-0. Get your jerseys now. I'm going to go in and smoke this dude. It's done. Miami collection and this collection and that collection. Like he was, as soon as he won the belt against Aljo, it was like a football team winning the Super Bowl.
Yes.
He had championship gear up.
Yeah.
And like to the point where I fell for it. I was like, this is such good marketing. I'll buy a t-shirt. Why not? Like it was like Sugar Champ era. And now, you know, it looks like he is taking this as serious as he possibly can.
If you are a Sean O'Malley fan or felt like there was an opportunity for Sean O'Malley to win that fight, you must be more confident now than you were that time. And I certainly believe he has a better chance. No, brass tacks. We get to brass tacks. Ultimately, I don't feel it will be enough. I think Merab is going to be able to Merab. Like, that is just how this goes. Until proven otherwise, until I see somebody who is able to stop Merab from being Merab, I think it goes a similar way. I think he's going to be able to. And by the way, we should note, we're talking about all the potential changes that Sean O'Malley is making. Merab also was in there with 5 rounds with Sean O'Malley. He also is going to have a new approach. He also is going to have a new game plan and an opportunity to try something different. He's seen what the looks are. So I'm excited to see how that chess match plays out. I think it's a more competitive fight than the scores said last time, right? I didn't think that it was close. I didn't think it came down to 1 round. I think I ultimately had Merab by at least 2 rounds. But in those rounds, I think Sean O'Malley's right there. I don't think he's like losing these rounds, like getting blanked, you know? Like, I think there's opportunities for him to really put in some good work. So it's like one of those fights that I feel like they are closer than what I imagine the scorecards ultimately look like. Let's say it's 49-46 again. The rounds themselves will be closer, but Merab is so good at picking up rounds. I see him ultimately being able to do it.
I'm with you. I mean, a 12-fight winning streak, especially in this stretch, last 4 or 5 fights, the dominance with which he's won these fights, it's just like 50-45 in Petr Yan, 49-46 against Sean O'Malley, picking up and dumping Henry Cejudo to the ground on the way to a 30-27 win. It's just like the dominance that he's showing. I just don't know if, even with the healing of the labrum and having 9 months to prepare for this rematch, I just don't know if it's enough to close that gap, because Merab is going to come in ready to go. He is going to have a game plan. He's going to implement it, and he is going to go for 25 full minutes.
And that's the most impressive thing about Merab to me, which is no matter what your style is, his style is the same. No matter what you like, there's a lot of fighters. I'll use GSP as an example. Like, cerebrally, the GSP path of least, he always takes the path of least resistance, right? If you're a better striker than me, I'm going to grapple you. If you're a better grappler than me, I'm going to strike you. That's always kind of been his MO, right? Like, he's got a fantastic game plan and a fantastic coaching staff that teaches him how to win those fights. Merab's is, I'm going to do the same thing to everybody. And I'm going to be in on takedowns. And if I don't get it, I'm going to come up with punches. And if I don't get the punches, I'm going back to a takedown, and then rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat forever. It works against wrestlers. It works against strikers. It works against wrestle boxers. It works against everybody because he's so effective with it. And he's just so relentless. His style doesn't need to change that much. The game plan doesn't need to change that much. So every single time he fights, it doesn't really matter who the opponent is or what their style is. Certainly, there's individual tweaks. I don't want to diminish the role of a coach or a game plan that Merab would have, but larger picture, the game plan is the same. It's that pressure that he is so good at, and it works against everybody.
He somehow finds a way to end up injured on social media before every single fight, and this one is no different.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah, I mean, he posts like a week and a half ago, he's in training, and he breaks his toe. He's like, doesn't matter, I'll cut it off, I'll be fine. Doesn't matter.
Did Dana White react to this? Did anybody show this to Dana White? Because I remember last time he called him a fucking idiot and all that stuff.
But will it even matter? Will it make any difference?
Wait, we got a press conference tonight, right? So I wonder if somebody will be like, "Hey, Merab showed his toe again. Do you think he's a fucking idiot?" It was a weird one out of Dana. He really had an axe to grind with Merab, but he finds a way to get injured. But it's one of those things that it was so quickly for Merab's purposes, like, oh no, that's not going to stop. Like, that's not going to change anything. Like,
the fact that he publicizes it, the fact that he puts it out on social media is the funniest part. He's just like, yeah, I broke my toe. Look at it.
He's an actual madman. He's an actual wild man.
He's a man that I would just never want to fight. Like the amount of videos where he is like severely injured and he's just laughing through it, to where like the fight is nothing for him.
I mean, need I remind you, this man scalped himself on a sheet of ice. He dove into a frozen lake and literally peeled back the skin on the top of his head.
Opened up his shin before the last fight.
Yeah.
I've seen one where like his toe is dangling off and like he's laughing through it. Like I've seen him on the sides of buildings. There we are, Oben.
There's the drop.
It is just like he truly is a madman.
The nickname Machine could not be more fitting.
It's perfect.
It does not matter what happens. There is no, like, he does not have a human pain like threshold. He is actually a machine.
I know people like to get in this discussion all the time. I just worth mentioning. How close are we to like bantamweight goat talks if he gets this done. Umar
There's a lot of
Nurmagomedov,
conversation around it.
Sugar twice, Henry, Piotr Jan, Jose Aldo.
How many title defenses is this now?
This would be his second.
Yeah, he's not there yet. I'll
On
say
the
this:
path.
he's the best. I don't think there's anybody who at their peak is better than Merab right now.
13-fight win streak, most takedowns in UFC history.
He needs more title defenses. He needs to put more on the resume. But peak for peak, yeah, nobody's fucking with Merab. That guy's unstoppable.
Immediate rematch if Sugar wins?
No. Oh, if Sugar wins.
If Sugar wins, yes.
No.
No?
Dude.
You think the UFC moves on from it?
Come on. If they get an opportunity to
One
move on
and
with
one?
Sean oh, yeah. Instantaneously dropped.
That's fucking...
Thanks, Merab. It was a great run.
That'd be nasty.
Corey
work.
Sandhagen versus Sean O'Malley.
That would be disgusting.
If Sean O'Malley wins, they will fly Corey in that moment. They will call Corey Sandhagen to be into the cage so that they can move on from Merab.
We'll get a voicemail from Don Davis next week. The PFL has signed Merab Dvalishvili.
Dude, they do not like Merab. And, you know, the whole Aljo and Merab thing, it obviously always rubbed Dana White the wrong way. I think he can be a fun champion for them. The showboating, the showmanship he was doing in the Umar fight, like, this guy has a good personality. Like,
For sure.
if you put him in the right positions and put him the right way, that said,
He could get a few finishes too, because
Yeah,
he's not too far removed from Movsar Evloev in terms of how many fights he finishes.
he's just not his style.
Yeah.
And I say all that to say though, he's still here. And Sean O'Malley is still here in terms of what you can do. Like, not even like necessarily like Sean O'Malley is the biggest star in the world right now, but the potential, the swagger, the attitude, the fight style, all the things that we've talked about that he's kind of like shutting off to get back on track. Once you turn that tap back on, he's a money printing machine. And so, yeah, they would definitely love to have Sean O'Malley.
It's going to be fascinating to watch. I almost feel like if Sugar wins, he'll be like, yeah,
he'll
give
say,
him
I
a
want
Rob again.
Yeah, but I don't know if the UFC goes, yeah, great idea, Sean. I think they go, whew, we got away with one there. Let's get Corey Sandhagen over here.
All right, so the pick is Merab.
Merab decision.
Yeah, I'm going to go Merab decision as well, but I'm very intrigued by it, and I think it's very consequential what happens.
I don't think this is like a foregone conclusion by any means. Like,
Hell no.
I think Sean O'Malley has tools and paths to victory that I maybe didn't give him credit for in the first fight, and now I'm realizing, okay, there is something here that he could have.
I think when these guys get on these incredibly long winning streaks, we can talk ourselves into thinking they're unbeatable, especially in a rematch we just saw 9 months ago, but it's never the case in the fight game. Things are different from fight to fight. Crazy things can happen. Anybody can get beat.
It can't be restated enough. Sean O'Malley was legitimately compromised in that first fight, and that was the performance. I want to see what 100% looks like. Now, granted, he's going to be talking a big game that he's 100%. We still don't know. He might have got dinged up in camp again, and he's only going to be 70%. We don't know, but I want to see what as close to 100% Sean O'Malley as we get is, and I'm really excited about this fight. I love watching Merab fight. I know we're talking about decisions. I fucking love watching Merab fight. I don't care,
especially as of late. Thinks. The dominance that he fights with, I'm with you on that.
It's fun. It's just fun. He's a fucking savage.
All right, speaking of anybody can get beat, co-main event, Juliana Pena, Kayla Harrison, minus.
What are we talking?
800.
Christ almighty.
For the challenger, Kayla Harrison. Can't confirm, cannot say with 100% certainty, tell you that Juliana Pena is the biggest underdog for a defending champion in UFC history, but I can say with like 99%.
We believe it to be true.
We have searched the internet, have found nothing.
Yes.
A bigger case. We've polled the YouTube chat. No one has been like, oh, there was this guy. He was a bigger defending champion going against a challenger, undisputed, and you are a plus 550.
Just so nobody yells at us, the one I remember being larger is Nico Montano versus Valentina Shevchenko, but that fight never materialized. That fight did not happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the one where Valentina was a massive favorite against Nico. That fight ultimately never happened. So as far as fights that are going to happen, and I'm knocking on everything and putting up a prayer that this fight happens because it's still only Thursday, that will be, if not the number one of the biggest underdog lines for a champion against a challenger in the UFC.
Yeah, and that one, Valentina Shevchenko was minus 1,300. Yeah. Nico Montano.
Honestly, there would have been value on that one.
Plus 700.
Like minus 3,000.
All right, so how does our girl, how does the Venezuelan Vixen shock the world on Saturday?
the same way she always does, by being the toughest woman that's ever lived, right? Like, we've seen her in there against the cream of the crop, and sometimes it doesn't go her way, but if she can withstand the initial attack of Kayla Harrison, I do like the idea of, okay, what are we going to see in the later rounds? It has been the topic of conversation, and it will continue to be the topic of conversation. Kayla Harrison is a massive human being. And cutting down to now, not just 136, but 135 pounds to make that championship weight. And I know a pound doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've depleted your body to the point that Kayla Harrison is going to have to, that 1 pound is actually all the difference. That last pound, how often, and maybe this is something that was talked about a lot more, and you tell me if you've heard this cliche, but the fighters always talk about like that last pound, right? They're always like, oh, that last pound was fucking hell. Kayla Harrison is going to have another pound to cut now from a massive woman, and that is there's no way that we're going to see the best possible version. If Kayla Harrison only had to cut 5 less pounds, I think she'd be an even better fighter. 10 less pounds, and it'd be like, oh my God, who is this person? There is diminishing returns on this weight cut, but in order to achieve her goal of being UFC champion, she's going to have to do this. Will she now in that diminished state? And I don't want to make this like, oh man, Kayla Harrison's going to suck when she gets in the cage. But we have to acknowledge the physical toll that this is going to take, regardless of how she looks. Even if she rehydrates amazingly and she looks fantastic, that's fine to say. But this cut is going to take a toll on her. What toll does that take, and does it put her in a position to still be at her best against Juliana Pena? That, I think, is going to be fascinating. And so, if Kayla Harrison could withstand if Juliana Pena can withstand early trouble from Kayla Harrison, that weight cut's going to be more and more and more impactful on the fight. Come round 5, is she going to be as fresh as she could have been having gone through that?
To your point about the weight cut, I think Macy Barber weighed in at like 126.5 last week, and her team was like, we got to stop cutting. We got to stop cutting. Like, that's how much of a difference that pound can make.
Oh, 100%.
Just to get into that threshold. So I'm in agreement with you, and Juliana Pena has hit on that. She's been like 135 pounds, 25 minutes. That's what you're signing up for with me. This isn't 136. This isn't anything like that. On the flip side of this, though, is if she does have a successful weight cut, she's able to rehydrate, and she's able to feel good going in there, she is a massive human being. That is my biggest fear for Pena in there, is just the sheer size and strength of Kayla Harrison and being able to implement her will, especially in those early rounds. I ultimately agree with you. I think Pena needs to let this one ride, get through that first wave, stay alive, and then as the fight goes on, the dog. Just let the dog come out, push the pace, stay alive for those last 3 rounds, and see what happens from there.
Yeah, I think that like it's quite clear, and I don't think we're like breaking any news here to say that the clearest path to victory is for Kayla Harrison, right? The clearest path to victory for Kayla Harrison is to get in close, try to clinch, see if she can get it to the ground, work submissions. If not, work ground and pound. If can't get it to the ground, try to get in the clinch. If having to strike at range, strike at range. But that path to the ground and the submission game and the top control game is the clearest path that anybody has. If I was looking at it from the Pena perspective, there's not like okay, take Kayla Harrison down and do this, or do this in the striking game. Ultimately, she just has to be more well-rounded and survive that onslaught. She has to be able to prevent Kayla from doing that, and then I think she will find success. One of Juliana Pena's best attributes is just like being in a scrap, like being a dog in a scrap. And if the other person's game plan, like it was with Amanda Nunes, is not going their way, she has a way of imposing her will on other fighters, and we saw it in her last fight. Like some people scored it for Raquel. I thought Pena did enough. But ultimately, she finds ways to win those fights, and she's found ways to surprise everybody, like with the Amanda Nunes win. I think she's going to be there. I don't think that line is quite accurate. Like I think it's not giving enough respect to her ability to find something, and also the idea of this is new for Kayla Harrison. The sport of MMA is new for Kayla Harrison. Like I want to be clear. She is the highest level of competitor, of athlete, of all those things. But MMA fighter, she is not Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena has been doing this for much longer than she has, to an insane degree. Like, Juliana Pena is tried, true, and tested. Kayla Harrison as a MMA fighter is newer. Kayla Harrison as a 135-pound MMA fighter is newer. These are things that come into play. And so I think the line is a little bit off. I think it's not giving enough respect to what Juliana Pena has done and the way she has looked recently against top-level competition. But ultimately, I understand why people will go, okay, clear path to victory. It's Kayla Harrison. It's taking her down. It's making it dirty, ground and pound, sub, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, and honestly, new 135er, new UFC fighter as well. This is only going to be Kayla Harrison's third UFC
All
fight.
these things are so new for Kayla Harrison, so fresh.
Save for Larissa Pacheco in the PFL, she was a minus 3,500, minus 4,000 going into every single one of those fights. I understand that cage time is important. Getting that experience is important. She's racked up like 19 MMA fights now, but the level of competition between the PFL 145 division and the UFC 135 division is large.
Yeah, Juliana Pena's career in the UFC is incomparable to the level of opposition that Kayla Harrison has faced. Now, there's things you can look at in those competitions and go, yeah, that's just because she's a class above these people. Like skill for skill, it's very clear Kayla Harrison belongs here. It's very clear that she's on top. I have, in recent weeks, been saying that I think the Ketlin Vieira fight was impressive to me. I know some people looked at that and went like, oh shit, is Kayla Harrison as good as we thought? I actually thought that was very impressive because I rate Ketlin Vieira, and now we saw her just pick up another big win on Saturday.
Holly Holm fight was incredibly impressive.
The Holly Holm fight was impressive as well. So I'm just as high as Kayla Harrison as I've always been. I think she is championship caliber, but I do think like Juliana should get a fair shake and can be competitive in this fight.
Can we go back to that picture, Jordan? The Pena Power got her own custom fit.
Yeah,
Let's
baby.
go. Custom kit for the champ. You ordering that one?
The hair looks great too. We got
Look at that. You can go order it. Let's get it. Let's get a couple sets for the daughters.
For sure. Do they make like opposite gender kits? Like, do they make like
No, I don't think so.
women's Alex Pereira kits or like men's Juliana Pena kits?
No, I don't think so. If they made a men's Juliana Pena kit, it'd already be
we'd
in the
have
cart.
one. We'd already have that merch.
All right. Regardless of who wins this matchup,
Yes.
there is a larger matchup looming in Amanda
Absolutely.
Nunes.
This is the biggest fight of their lives until the next one,
Yes.
which is the biggest fight of their lives. And so there's such a built-in story. And Amanda Nunes, like, dating back to the last time that either of these women competed, has already been forecasting, like, I will come back. Now, certainly more toward the Kayla Harrison side. It seems like she feels like her work with Juliana Pena is kind of done, which I don't get. Like, you're 1-1. It's a great rivalry. Like, this feels like something that you can promote more, but it seems like kind of like she's more focused on the Kayla angle of it. To me, I think either of those is fantastic business. And my concern is that there's not much business beyond that, right? This next one after the Amanda Nunes matchup, whether it be Kayla or whether it be Juliana, I don't know what you do from there, especially if Amanda Nunes is now the champion again. It's like, who's left as a contender that we even care about seeing against her? But I that part doesn't, we can worry about that when we get to it. They have a date with each other, and then they have a date with Amanda Nunes, whoever wins.
I think from a fan standpoint, I think a lot of people would be more excited to see Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes, just because that means that Kayla Harrison got through Juliana Pena. She became the UFC champion of the world, and now she gets this former training partner. The amount of like storylines that are built into that. You have the GOAT of these divisions of 135 of 145. Cyborg, you could make an argument for, but Harrison will start building that like, I might be the GOAT.
100%. And it, by the way, if Juliana Pena can get that match and she wins that one, I think that conversation drastically changes, right? Like, everybody has anointed Amanda Nunes the GOAT, but like, again, she is 1-1 with Juliana Pena. Let's not like, we're putting the cart a little bit before the horse here. Respect to everything she's done. I think Amanda Nunes is incredible. She's one of the best women by far. Instantaneous Hall of Famer, one of the no-brainer locks when they were like, Amanda Nunes is going into the Hall of Fame. Obvious. The names that she has on her resume and how she carried 135 and then that sham of a 145 division as well. She is as good as advertised. But man, the legacy's on the line there. If she loses to Kayla Harrison, I do think people will start to look at that legacy differently. If she loses to Juliana Pena, I think that legacy takes a real hit because now Pena would be 2-1 against her. Like that,
she would have a win over Kayla Harrison,
and she had a win over Kayla. That really affects things. So
that'd be a crazy world to live in.
There is a lot on the line, I think, for everybody involved here. Like if you're Kayla Harrison, you beat Juliana Pena and then you go on to beat Amanda Nunes, you're in conversations that are like vaunted territory. Like it's hard to approach those levels. If you're Juliana Pena and you've got 2 wins over Amanda Nunes and you've got a win over Kayla Harrison, you're now saying like, they're looking at her like to go, what about me? Like who's looking out for what I've got? And What I wonder though is if either of them is thinking about that. If either of them is like, okay, this is the fight, but what I'm really thinking about is that next one. I have a feeling not, because I think they both know how dangerous the other can be.
Absolutely. I'm in 100% agreement with you. That is an interesting conversation of like, we got the next one booked, but then what's after that at 135?
What is after that?
Exciting times for
Ketlin
now.
Vieira, title shot. What do we do? Norma Dumont? Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. This is the problem. 135 is...
dude.
135 is as shallow as it gets.
I mean, imagine 135 in like 3-4 years.
Yeah, when we lose Juliana, and we lose Pennington, who knows if Kayla's gonna be like, if I'm Kayla Harrison, right? Let's say Kayla beats Juliana.
Okay.
Fights Amanda Nunes.
Okay.
Do you even stay around? What else is left?
At that, God, I was gonna say at that point you just rack up a bunch of title defenses.
Do you need
like,
them?
But how many times do you want to cut to 135?
Well, how many times do you want to cut? Go back to the farm, hang with the kids. Like, what do you need to do?
Right, like you beat Amanda Nunes. At that point, you would have beaten Pena, and you would have beaten Nunes. You'd be 20-1.
Olympic gold medalist.
2-time Olympic gold medalist. PFL champion 3 times?
Yeah, multiple
2-3 times. Multiple
wins.
time tournament winner in PFL. UFC champion.
I'm on the farm.
Win over the GOAT.
I'm gone.
Resume's kind of done.
I'm gone.
You go get a Cyborg fight?
That's the one. See, that's the one that's out there for me. That's the one that's like,
Do that at 145?
I would love to see that fight. I would love to see Amanda Nunes versus Cyborg again. That is the one part of Cyborg's resume that you look at and go like, okay, this is a blemish. You lost head-to-head to Amanda Nunes when you were supposed to win that fight. I would like to see Cyborg somehow enter back into this conversation. I'm long on record. I believe Cyborg is still the women's GOAT. I would like to see her involved in that, but that would be it. That is the one name, and that's a PFL name at the moment. That is not a UFC name at the moment. So if I'm Kayla Harrison, I'm back on the farm until Cyborg comes calling. Now, if I'm Juliana Pena, feeding the emus, feeding the chickens, hanging with the kids. If I'm Juliana Pena, keep riding it. See how long you can ride this UFC champion thing and keep making money. I think she's still viable, but her problem is going to be she's talking all this shit. She does such a great job of promotion. By the way, I think Juliana Pena is the only one kind of doing this right now in the weight class. And
I think her and Harrison have done a great job together.
The press conference today should be good. Pena's so good at getting under her opponent's skin, so good at promoting her own fights, so good at making people want to tune in and at least watch. Now, some people tune in with I want to see her lose. I hate her. I hate her. I hate her. Great. Like you're still tuning in. You're still coming to the tent. Who can she do that with? Like we saw in the Raquel Pennington one, like Raquel didn't really want to do that back with her, and that's fine. But like ultimately, who can you find that's going to be a willing dance partner for something like that?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they book it. But for now, we got this title fight this weekend.
Yes.
We've got Amanda Nunes waiting in the wings. We'll enjoy it while we've got it. Let's move on to the featured bout of the evening. Kelvin Gastelum taking on Joe Pyfer. This one is rebooked from the March 29th card in Mexico. Pyfer got sick, was unhappy with the entire country of Mexico, but now he's getting his fight in Newark, New Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from his home over in Philadelphia. Overall in this fight, like I like the fact that it's a 3-rounder for Pyfer. I mean, if that Hermanson fight is a 3-rounder, then he's probably undefeated in the UFC. I don't love how tough Gastelum is for a guy in Pyfer that most of his wins come via knockout. But ultimately, I still think that he has enough to win 2 of the 3 rounds here.
I think he can win the rounds, and I also think he can hurt Kelvin. Like we're at the point in Kelvin's career where it's like we're winding down now. Clearly, like we're on the downside of it, and Pyfer is a young, super powerful, super athletic dude that I just think it's his time to shine. Like
super aggressive.
He's going to be hunting to knock Kelvin out from the start. And in the fights where Kelvin gets stung and things like that, and he's been in absolute wars. As you said, he's one of the toughest dudes doing it. That Israel Adesanya fight is legitimately legendary. I think Hall of Fame. I think they inducted that, or is that coming? Or I forget. But either way, I think that might be this year. I think they might be doing that this year. But either way. It's not typically somebody like Joe Pyfer who looks a weight class bigger and is just going to be walking like the Terminator down to knock his head off.
Kelvin Gastelum, we may have gone over this on the Mexico City card, just like the classic. He's 33.
Yeah, but he's been in the UFC.
Feels like he's 42.
He was like 20 years old when he was on Tough. Like the dude has been in our lives for forever.
He has 22 UFC fights.
What year did he make his
2012.
debut?
Fall of 2012. So
That's right. He was 20
21.
on Tough. But on Tough, though, he was 20.
He turned 21 during the Tough season.
He was a 20-year-old kid. Like, I've known Kelvin Gastelum for as long as like a lot of important relationships in my life. So yeah, it's not necessarily about the age, but it's about the miles, right? Those wars that he's been in. I just see the damage is going to accumulate, and I think Pyfer is going to either be able to get him out of there, or if not, win a decision.
All right, let's go to the debuting Patchy Mix, former bantamweight champion of the world for Bellator, against Mario Bautista, man. The slander campaign on Mario Bautista after that Jose Aldo fight has not been great. Seven fight win streak, but he did go for 10 takedowns against Jose Aldo. Did not get any of them, but still managed to rack up 7.5 minutes of control time. So he was just the clinch king that night to do it against the legend and Jose Aldo at that point. Fans were not happy.
No.
And now I think there's a lot of excitement around Patchy Mix getting his debut, and Mario Bautista here to play villain again.
Yeah, I think if you are a fan of Mario Bautista, which, by the way, there are, because like the Jose Aldo thing has like affected everybody's perception of him, this one singular fight. But like before this, he was a huge prospect. People seem to love him. Like he was not this guy that was like a villain his whole career. It was just this Jose Aldo thing. If you're a fan of his, I think it's working in your favor, because I think people's like feeling coming off that Jose Aldo fight has clouded perception to the point that they think like, yeah, it's Patchy Mix, like against this guy Mario Bautista. Mario Bautista's a really, really good fighter, like insanely good. This is a very tough debut for Patchy Mix, and I think that that's being a little bit clouded or overlooked by the fact that that Jose Aldo fight wasn't like the most technical way that he could win. Wasn't the most exciting way that he could win, and he took a more technical approach. I think this is going to be a tough fight for Patchy Mix. I ultimately think Patchy Mix will win this fight. But man, he would not be the first to come into the UFC and be like, okay, the lights are a little bit brighter here than they were over at Bellator. He never competed for PFL. The lights are a little bit brighter than they were at Bellator. I may not have been ready, and you're jumping in against a guy who's at the upper echelon of that division.
7-fight win streak, top 10 bantamweight in the world.
That's tough. That's a tough first matchup. So I'm not going to be surprised. I ultimately do think that Patchy is super well rounded. The people that were like, Patchy Mix is the number one bantamweight in the world, no doubt in my mind. I never really bought that. Like, I don't think that I was on that train.
Fans have this weird way, especially like when Bellator was really hot, just like anointing the champion in Bellator. Just like, actually, I think they are the best in the world.
Patchy, there's like a
AJ
few guys.
McKee at one point, and then I think he lost his next fight. Patricio Pitbull. Like there were people always riding for these. Like I think AJ McKee, when Volk was on his reign, was like, I'll beat Volk.
Yeah, smoke him.
And then I think he lost his next fight.
Yeah.
It's difficult to say. You really don't know how these debuts are going to work out.
100%.
Look at Patricio Pitbull against Jerry Rodriguez.
Stinker.
But then look at Michael Venom Page making his debut against Kevin Holland.
Yep.
Like, it's just like, you just don't really know how it's going to go.
coming in and icing Dan Hooker, which was an impressive debut.
Chandler coming in.
It happens.
Kaya Sakura, I know he was coming in from Ryzen, but it's just like you don't really know what level they're at until they get to this level. I mean, Patchy Mix is unbelievable. He's 20-1. He's got some big wins over in Bellator. Kyoji Horiguchi, Magomedov
Massive.
twice.
Yeah.
Like he's got nice wins. He's slick as hell on the ground. He's got disgusting submissions. He's good on the feet. I think he's well-rounded enough to get this done, but I don't think this is this like coronation. Welcome
Neither
to the
do I.
UFC, Patchy Mix.
Yeah, I'm on the exact same page as you. Like, I think this is going to be a very tough fight. I think Mario Bautista is very, very good. But ultimately, I do think this will be the start of like, okay, now we know, right? Now Patchy Mix is in the UFC, assuming he picks up a win, which I believe he will. Now what, you know?
Okay, so that's what I was thinking. He's going to jump into the top 10 if he gets a win. He'll probably take Mario Bautista's number 10 ranking. I feel like at that point, it's like, all right, he got through Bautista, especially depending on how he wins.
Yeah.
You could be like, you could start talking about like a Corey Sandhagen, maybe the loser of O'Malley Merab if they don't do a rematch. Umar Nurmagomedov is going to need a matchup. Like you could start talking about that upper echelon of 135.
It was not that long ago that Umar was the guy who was like, I just need a shot to break into these rankings. And Corey was like, I'm right here. I'll take it.
Corey Patchy Mix would be
Now
nice.
Corey might have another opportunity. Now, I think Corey's closer to a title shot than he's ever been, and
For sure.
and it feels like maybe now is not the right time. But he's also an absolute crazy person, and he's so singular with his vision, and he's always talked about, I just want to be the best mixed martial artist on the planet. I don't care about the other, like the title, all that stuff are the trappings of it. The only thing he cares about is being the best mixed martial artist. Fighting Patchy Mix is a good way to prove that you're one of the best. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up doing that. Ultimately, I don't think it goes that direction. You could be a next opponent for Sean. You could be a next opponent for Merab potentially. So I think he'll stay in that conversation. But yes, it will be names like that. He will definitely be on people's lips because Patchy Mix is that good. Yeah.
And if Mario Bautista wins, keep the slander campaign going and just keep rising up in the rankings.
Should he like heel off? Should he takes out Patchy Mix and he's like, this guy was Bellator trash. All you like just fuck.
He got so much shit after that fight. I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah.
Like people were like, next up, Tom Aspinall will defend his interim heavyweight
Have
championship.
we seen Mario
against
Bautista
Mario
this fight
Bautista.
week? Does he have like if he has a goatee, maybe he's just evil Mario Bautista. He could just do the thing from TV.
I hope he is. I hope he is. I hope if he wins, he goes full on heel. I'm down for
I
it.
would like a villain run out of Mario Bautista.
And he starts going by Wario Bautista. All right, let's move to the opening fight on the main card. Vicente Luque taking on Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland says he wants to fight 5 or 6 times this year. He's already halfway there after this weekend. That'll be 3, and it's June 7th. So he's well on his way.
What a guy.
I really just have 2 questions when it comes to this fight.
Yes.
Question number 1, what Kevin Holland are we going to get?
Yep.
Question number 2, what Vicente Luque
Oh, that's a
are we
great
going to
one.
get? Kevin Holland, 2-2 in his last 4. 4-4 in his last 8. 6-6.
Oh, shit.
In his last 12. 8-8 in his last 16. So you tell me, what Kevin Holland are we going to get this weekend?
It's a coin flip with Kevin Holland.
He is 5-3 at welterweight.
Yeah.
I do favor welterweight for him.
Agreed.
Vicente Luque, kind of like the same thing. I understand he got the win over Themba Garimba. I don't really know where to rate that, but like, man, when we saw him last year in Atlantic City, the brain bleed and everything, and then the just like shelling up and being like, he should not have been in there.
Horrible performance.
It's sort of just like, where is Vicente Luque at? What Vicente Luque are we going to get?
Yeah, I ultimately, even like, I think the best version of Luque that we get at this point, I think there's some real opportunities for Kevin Holland to win this fight. I think he's going to be, he might not have the more powerful shots, but I think he's going to be able to be busier than Vicente, and I think he's going to be able to use that to his advantage. If it hits the ground, I think every Kevin Holland fight, I'm like, if it hits the ground, like like sometimes he brings it to the ground, sometimes he doesn't put up takedown defense. What version of Kevin Holland is going to show up, as you said? I do think Kevin's like at a point in his career where this is a very winnable fight for him. Vicente is ranked number 14. Kevin Holland's not ranked. I think, to me, Kevin is the rightful favorite in this fight, and I think he has the path to victory.
Any chance if he grabs a ranking in 170, we start seeing him taking it more seriously?
No.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight. I don't think he cares.
He'll be in New Orleans.
Yes, exactly.
After this weekend,
No.
he'll be in New Orleans. Like, it's just every 6 months.
That's
Like,
it.
His biggest argument is, I fight.
Kevin
Y'all
Holland is call big mouth, say yes to the fight, and cash the check. That's it. Kevin Holland just wants to keep fighting until he will. If he does not retire early, he will undoubtedly be the person with the most UFC fights of all time. There's no doubt in my mind. It will not even be close.
And he's going to do it in like a 10-year career.
100%.
58 UFC fights in his 12-year illustrious career, Kevin Holland.
And by the way, it's a great fucking lane to be in. Like, if you can keep doing it, the key to Kevin Holland is you do have to win some.
For
right?
sure.
You cannot just.
He does win some.
That's what I'm saying.
He's 500.
You can't, if you hit a losing skid, that's where the, hey, call me every week and I'm ready to fight starts to not look so good. You keep winning, you alternate them, you win 2 in a row, you lose 1, you win 2. That will keep you in that game. And yeah, honestly, I like the way Kevin Holland's kind of handled this. He's like, look, champion may not be for me. Like, if I get there, I get there. I'm going to fight every week, and God damn it, he does.
Let's rip through some of these prelims. The featured prelim. Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van, top 15 flyweights. This is just like, this
Love
is
this
banger.
fight.
This
Yeah.
is people's main event type stuff. Bruno, 4 wins in the UFC, all of them by finish. Josh Van, crispy boxing. He's nasty. Can get a finish as well. I just feel like this one is destined to be exciting.
Josh Van fighting a middleweight? Kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, do we have a picture of Bruno Silva
Do you
here?
have a picture
Jordan?
of Bruno Silva? Jordan?
No pictures.
Yeah, this is a banger. This is a banger. This is like the one that you point to on the card and you're like, but I thought we were about to actually show a picture of middleweight Bruno Silva.
I wish we got a middleweight.
What the fuck is that?
I wish we got a middleweight Bruno Silva photoshopped against a 125 Joshua Van.
Unabashedly, I am a huge Josh Van stan. Like,
Is this the right Bruno Silva? You know, I forgot about that moment.
The right
Stick to the bit.
I'll switch it out. Sorry.
Go with 185 Bruno Silva.
I love Joshua Van. I just love watching him fight. The guy's electric, and Bruno Silva is I believe his nickname's the Bulldog, right? He's just a little monster.
Yeah, Bulldog. 185 is blindado.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's like kill or be killed. It's going to be fantastic.
And Van is not necessarily that, but Van is all action, right? Like,
he'll cook you up though too, and put you out as well.
It's a volume game though with him, more so than the like I'm just one hitter quittering you. He's just constant, relentless body shots to the head, kicks. Like, I love Josh Van. I think Bruno Silva is a perfect opponent for him to kind of like showcase his striking, but also like, I don't know. I think there's a potential win in there for Bruno Silva. I don't think Josh Van is at the point in his career where I'm looking at it as like he's a finished product. He's unstoppable. The odds are quite steep.
I was going to say Josh Van minus 700.
I don't think
get a load of all these giant favorites. You got Josh Van minus 700, Joe Pyfer minus 410. You've got Kong Wang minus 550, Azamat Murzakanov minus 600, Ju Sang Yu minus 550, Killin Salkilled minus 550. And then the biggest favorite of them all, the challenger, Kayla Harrison, minus 800.
You throw
it's crazy.
A few shekels on any of those underdogs, you just need one.
I just listed off like 8 dudes. There's no way all of them win.
They can't. Yeah,
they're not
all these big favorites can't win. You throw something on some of those underdogs, you might profit. I think Bruno Silva can win this fight. I don't think I definitely favor Van here, but I don't think Bruno Silva's out of this fight by any means.
Azamat Murzakanov versus Brenson Hilario.
Yeah,
undefeated 36-year-old prospect, Azamat Murzakanov. I mean, I'm looking forward to this one. Like, Azamat Murzakanov he's a great striker. He's obviously hasn't lost yet. You know, career's a little bit slower, but like he's got power. He's crispy. He's got nice movement. And Brenson Hilario is down for a scrap. I think it's something like 28 of their 34 fights have not gone to a decision. Like, I feel like this is going to be a fun
Are these not like the same fight where it's like one guy, like stylistically, you want to see him in there just throwing, and the other guy's just a game tough
Brenson
motherfucker.
Hilario is Bruno Silva. Azamat Murzakanov is Josh Van. Like, both just like crispy strikers that can get finishes. Like, it's the last 7 fights. These are the ones where it's just like, all right, sit down. Yeah. We're not going anywhere now. These last 7 fights are going to be sick.
And then, I mean, shout out to number 7 ranked heavyweight.
Sergey Spivak, the polar bear getting in there. Action Bronson, if you're watching,
Bronson,
baby. We're supporting the polar bear this weekend, baby. Let's go. Sergey Spivak taking on Waldo Cortez Acosta. I will be cheering for Sergey Spivak. Waldo Cortez Acosta, ever since he did Andrei Arlovsky dirty like that, I've been cheering for my man to lose.
You're anti-Waldo?
I think Sergey can use the wrestling. If not, he's probably going to get boxed up. Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson. Gustafsson was supposed to fight Trevor
What are the
Giles
odds on that
week.
one?
Spivak?
Yeah.
Minus like 135 Spivak.
Yeah, I like Spivak there. Okay, sorry.
Chaos Williams, Andreas Gustafsson. Gustafsson was supposed to fight last weekend against Trevor Giles. He was like a minus 170. Now he gets Chaos Williams. Big dude. Big power, 9-10 UFC fights, got experience. This is a much tougher test than what he was up against last week.
This is one of those all-action types. I've been hearing about Gustafsson, and I think PT picked him for the parlay last week, right?
Didn't pick him this week.
No, this is a tough booking for him. I'm excited to see how this one goes. I've been hearing a lot about Gustafsson, but man, Chaos Williams, that power is legit. And his ability to stay in a fight and then find it is known and impressive. So I'm looking forward to this one. I don't ultimately know. Like, I want to kind of see Gustafsson's level here, but Chaos Williams is a tough debut for anybody.
One more that I think is just going to be all action. I don't know how it couldn't be because Jekka Sergi is fighting in it. But Ju Sang Yu versus Jekka Sergi. Yu is like kind of unknown. He's 8-0. He's been doing all his fights in mostly Korea. I think he's got a couple in Japan.
So much so that he doesn't even have a headshot on UFC.com. He's just a black blur.
Like he it looks like he's good, but obviously you can't tell from regional experience. And Jekka Sergi is going to give him a scrap. Like, he is all action. He is there to be killed or be killed. Kill or be killed. Jekka Sergi. Guy's only been to one decision. I think this one is going to be fun early on in the card.
What about the Queen of Violence and our girl Kong Wang?
Kong Wang bounces back against Bruna Brazil, and now she's right back to minus 500 against Ariel Lipski.
Yeah, she
minus 500. We just
time,
saw
what
her
was
lose
it?
as a minus 500.
She was like -7 or something crazy like that when she lost. Yeah. Look, the grappling for Lipski, or actually, I believe she goes by De Silva now. The grappling for her is a clear path to victory. Like this is going to be, if she can get her down, I like her odds here. But on the feet, yeah, she's probably going to get pieced up there.
Killen Salkilled versus Yanal Moose. Killen, former Eternal MMA champion, fighting out of Australia.
Shout out.
Not too dissimilar to the current welterweight
I've
champion
heard
of the
of him.
world, Jack Della Maddalena. He's going to be way bigger than Yanal. I think he's got all the advantages here. I think he likely gets it done unless Yanal just like cracks him.
He has power.
I mean, we saw in the Sam Patterson fight.
Massive power.
I mean, I guess the size differential doesn't really matter when you fight
Sam Patterson,
trees and you just take them down like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to be too affected by that, but like there's some really solid scraps on this card.
But there
maybe
are
not
a lot of big favorites. That is
massive favorites. All right, we said 13 fights on this card, and who did I list off? I said Pfeiffer minus 410, Van minus 700, Mirzakhanov minus 6, Kong Wang minus 550, Ju Sang Yu minus 550, Salkilled minus 550, and Kayla Harrison minus 800. That's 7 of the 13 fights have a minus 400 or bigger favorite in them.
And then even like what's Patchy right now?
Patchy's like a minus 170.
Oh, okay, so that's actually more reasonable. Marab's got to be what, in the 3 range at this point?
Minus 285.
Yeah, like this is a kind of like
Kevin
tilted
Holland's
card.
Kevin Holland's a minus 270.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Kaz Williams a minus 192. Honestly, the closest on the odds is Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta.
Which kind of also makes sense a little bit. Heavyweight, like, although it's not like Waldo's got immense power.
That is the only fight on this card.
Less than minus 200?
Less than minus 150. There's a couple minus.
Oh, right, because you said
minus
170 for Patchy.
Yeah, I mean, Markel Medeiros against Mark Choinsky is minus 205.
Yeah, something's going to be in the air at Jersey. It's either going to be like showcase after showcase after showcase, or I feel like it might be the night of the underdogs. I feel like there might be some opportunities here for somebody to upend the apple cart.
Beyond the main and co-main,
Yes.
fight you're most excited for?
Another Josh Van fight.
All right, you
Now,
take Josh Van.
Number one, I'm a stand for Kevin Holland too. So it's always Kevin Holland time, but sometimes it's like that last 30 seconds because he dove into RDR's guard. For me, Josh Van showcase fight.
I'm gonna say the Ju Sang Yu.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Josh Van, but you took that one. So
God, I fucking love Josh Van.
All right, final prediction.
Merab
decision.
Decision.
Kayla Pena.
Juliana Pena. Decision.
Juliana Pena and still. I love it.
We ride with our girl. Shout out Juliana.
There's the main card. Rod Dvalishvili, Sean O'Malley, Juliana Pena, Kayla Harrison, Kelvin Gastelum, Joe Pfeiffer, Mario Bautista, Patchy Mix, Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. That is a fantastic main card. And these prelims are not bad either. Bruno Silva, Josh Van, Azamat Mirzakhanov, Brenson Heberio, Sergey Spivak, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Chaos Williams, Andreas Gustafsson.
This is the first Jersey.
Graphics also look great, man.
Yeah, they do. Thank you, Jordan. With the right Bruno Silva. This is the first Jersey card in a long time that I haven't gone to, I think. I usually go to the Jersey card. I've usually been like credentialed media, and so I'll be doing the watch party, and it'll be fun.
Did you go last year?
Yeah, I think so. Because that must have been
Poirier?
Yeah, Poirier and Islam. Yeah,
I've never been to the Rock for a card.
How is it for MMA? It's decent actually. Pretty good arena. For MMA. I've been a few times. I really liked it. Where was the Jones versus Shogun fight at the Izod Center? Where was this?
Damn, Izod.
No, it was at Prudential. So I've been there quite a few times actually. I've been there then. There was some fight nights there. I think there was like a Nate Diaz versus Jim Miller or something like that. I've been there for MMA quite a bit. But yeah, going to see Johnny Bones Shogun was something special.
Shout out to Newark. That's this weekend. Let's go back to last weekend, UFC Vegas 107. Jordan Leavitt gets a first round finish over Kurt Halaba after a 19-month layoff, and he is kind enough to join us right now. Jordan, thanks so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Look at this setup with the books behind you, man. You look so astute. You look fantastic with the blazer and everything too.
Oh, Renaissance man right here. I've even read some of these books.
Jordan, I'm going to need you to reach back and you need to take one off the shelf because we've been known to be tricked by somebody who doesn't have books behind them before. So I need to see.
Look at that. That's a real bookshelf.
It's real.
There's a man we work with named Ariel Helwani who he uses a fake bookshelf behind him.
Wait, he does?
I hate to break the fourth wall there. Let's not bury the lead. Last weekend, when you got the win over Kurt Halaba, you also celebrated your 30th birthday. So happy birthday, my man. It was a great way to ring in a new decade. How did that feel getting it done on your birthday?
Dude, it felt bomb. It was a perfect 3 weeks. Win the fight in 99 seconds after 19 months off. And then celebrate my birthday and eating fat and greasy, horrible food for me for about 3 days. And now I'm going to fast for today and get back into the swing of things. So.
Incredible, man. Let's also not bury the second lead. You get the win, but no twerking in the post-fight. I know you posted on Instagram. You said that you were not going to twerk anymore, but it was on April Fool's, so we didn't know if you were legit or not. And then you said in a couple interviews, you were like, yeah, I might not be twerking. It turns out you get the 99-second victory. No twerking. We're done with it. We're putting it behind us.
I might keep it in my back pocket. No pun intended. I knew for sure I wasn't going to twerk on Kurt because I'm a big fan of him. And there was a lot of respect there. Like I knew I wasn't going to twerk on Chase if I beat Chase. But if I fight somebody who I have a particular dislike for, I could see myself, throwing it back a few times. But I'm taking myself seriously now. It's the serious Monkey King story arc. So
yeah, I saw an interview you did with Alex Buchanan of MMA Mania, and you talked about that. You talked about being more serious now. I have a few questions, but my first question on that is, what does that entail? What does being more serious about your career look like for Jordan Leavitt?
Well, I've always trained professionally, but I always gone out into my fights, and I've always kind of prepared the punchline beforehand. That's why I always walked out to funny walkout songs, or I always made it seem like I was kind of flippant about this fight career thing, and I was kind of hiding behind my humor. Just in case I did lose, no one could say that Jordan was talking crap and he was so confident. People just saw me as a joke because I saw myself as a joke, as a meme person. And my year and a half off, I really started to think of myself more as a serious fighter and taking my skills seriously because I trained with a lot of these guys who are going out there and they're performing very well in the UFC and they're performing better than me and I beat them in the rooms. And I think a part of that is because I haven't been taking myself as seriously as I should. So I've been putting the work in, but I've been giving myself like mental reps of, not taking myself seriously. So now I'm just going to try to go out there. I'm expecting to win. I'm expecting to perform dominantly and to perform well, as opposed to kind of trying to highlight my flaws, my weaknesses, my awkwardness, and not letting people know that I do take this seriously, that this is my passion. And I'm not just doing this because it's a fun time. I'm doing this because I'm supposed to be doing this. So my humor is still going to be there. I'm still going to do stupid stuff, but I'm going to try to at least make it more clear how important this fight career is to me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And you're also talking about like the external factors. You're talking about like people observing you and looking at you and having these things. But I'm trying to read between the lines here and help me. I'm trying to see where you're at. Is it a bit of a defense mechanism? Were you yourself going, okay, if I go into this fight and I didn't give it my all, or I prepared properly, but I gave myself this out and you did inevitably lose, were you looking at that where you could come back to it and say, I wasn't 100% in it, I had this out? Was it a defense mechanism to protect you against potential losses?
Oh, 1,000%. I just lacked the courage to go out there and to take it 100% seriously and to put, my health, my life, my money on the line and then lose. If I lost doing everything in my power to win, take myself as seriously as I could, and I still lost, that loss is 100% on me. And I realized that's no way to live a life. That's no way to, that's no way to orient your fight career, like preparing for the loss, preparing for the joke. You kind of have to go for all the marbles. And that's my new mindset. Like I'm 30. It's okay to be indecisive and insecure and not sure of your place in the world in your 20s. But I'm a grown man now. And I got 5 to 6 more years of my prime, so let's make the best of them.
I love that mentality. I have one more question on the same line of thinking, which is, did you feel like the antics, I don't know how to describe it, but just your personality was taking away in a certain way from how seriously you were training and wanting to compete and those things? Or do you feel like it's just a shift in mentality and you weren't necessarily concerned about that overshadowing it?
No, I definitely do think it overshadowed it. I think it framed my fight career and the way people portrayed me. Like every time, you're walking out, you're getting ready to walk out backstage and you hear like what the commentators are saying about you. And it was always the charismatic Jordan Leavitt, the personality Jordan Leavitt. And so I think I started viewing myself as like just a guy that's good at an interview, or a guy that people like, or a guy that, is good at the spectacle part, but perhaps not the fight part. And it was easy for me to start believing it myself when that's what people believed of me. And especially one of my new coaches I've been working with, Jason Manley, he was telling me, like, you're a serious fighter. You got serious skills and you deserve to take yourself seriously. And if you take yourself seriously and you lose, it's fine. It's no different than if you took yourself unseriously and you lost. You still feel the same loss. It still sucks. It's just the illusion of a defense mechanism. It's an illusion of distance I was giving myself, because even if I went out there and I was making jokes about it and I'm being silly, the loss is a serious thing. This is a serious game. And I've been lucky that I haven't taken really any damage while having so much fun with it. So now I'm taking it seriously, and I think logic tells me that I will have even better results, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Hearing you talk about it and reading prior interviews you've done before this, it feels like this incredible mental transformation. I know you mentioned some of your new coaches. How much did this long layoff play into this, having to be off away from the octagon for 19 months? You were dealing with injuries. I know you had concussions, knee surgery, a busted eardrum. Like, how much did this time away help you get to where you are now mentally?
I would not be where I am if I had fought 3 or 4 times in that time period. I may have had more money. I may have had more bonuses. Maybe I'd be higher in the rankings, but I think I would have still been like emotionally and mentally kind of adolescent. And 18 months off, 19 months off, way too long off. It really just allowed me to focus on myself, because I couldn't focus on my opponent. I couldn't focus on the fight camp. I just had to focus on daily incremental improvements. And when I'm training better and I'm looking at myself with a more serious lens, like I just had to really come to terms with and really tackle a lot of my insecurities, a lot of the things I feel like that were holding me back. And some of that was working with my sports psychologist. Some of that was better coaching. Some of that was just me being older and me having to, kind of have a little bit of faith about how my career is going to turn out, because a lot of things are outside of my control as a fighter on the UFC roster. Like, I could fight and I could perform well, but there will still be things outside of my control. I think most things are outside of my control, but I can't control my mindset and I can't control how I'm growing. And I think I'm a lot more mentally resilient, anti-fragile, however you want to frame it. I'm just a stronger version of myself. And I think I was pretty strong mentally before, but I think, I think good things are going to happen.
I've heard you mention a couple of times, like you're older now, you're a grown man, like this is how you need to act, this is how you need to be serious. Correct me if I'm wrong, you just gave birth to your second daughter, correct? Your wife did?
Yeah.
How much has this family, how much has having this second daughter played into this as well?
Oh, it's second kid, it's different. My first daughter, she was a very easy kid. And, a lot of fighters, they talk about how, like, oh, I take it more seriously because of my kids. Like, but most of the guys that are saying that are fighters that just aren't disciplined. Like, they're fighters that would be taking the time off. But I was already in the gym every day. My weight never got crazy out of control. So my daughters didn't make me train more seriously, but they made me view myself as more important, more significant to my children's success, my children's happiness, my children's stability. And one daughter, way easier than two daughters. And my kids deserve a dad who's given it his all, a dad who's not preparing for the loss, a dad that's hoping for a positive future. And I'm going to build that with my own two hands. And I'm going to give them a better life than I had. And I'm going to give them the stability. And I want to give them a positive, like, male role model. I'm not sure how important a positive male role model is because I didn't have one growing up. But I hear it makes a pretty big difference. And I want to be that for my kids. So I'm still going to be silly. That's who I am. I'm still going to make jokes. I'm still going to do funny videos. But there's going to be a lot more. I'm going to give a more full picture of me for the world to see, because I think that's what bravery is about.
I love that as a father of two daughters, and congratulations to you and your wife. On the Sally Allen podcast, you talked about two things that I thought were kind of like at odds with each other, and I'm interested to hear how you kind of combine those things. In one area, in one element, you said that you have a guilt about like hurting opponents and not necessarily leaning into and liking the violence. And then you also told a story where you were watching TV and you saw Tough, and instantaneously it kind of like clicked into place that was something you wanted to pursue. How do you like rectify that? How do you rectify the idea of like wanting to express yourself through fighting and also feeling, and maybe I should start with, do you still feel that way? Do you still feel a guilt about potentially hurting your opponents? And then if so, how do you rectify those two things?
Oh, good question. I've actually been pondering about this for a few weeks now. I still don't like the idea of hurting my opponents. And every time behind my fight, before I go out there, I always pray, please don't let either of us get hurt. I don't ever pray to win. I just want to go out there and I want, everyone to be able to go home to their families. And I'm probably part of that's because I was traumatized by the Matt Wyman win. That felt horrible.
Yeah.
But I realized I was moralizing this sport more than I should. Like, I was always seeing my fights as, is me winning the right thing to do? Like, does this person need the win more? And I was moralizing it. So whenever I'd lose, I'd be like, well, that was what was supposed to happen. It was probably the right thing to happen. And that was just another form of me, like, that was just another defense mechanism, me moralizing the outcome of these fights. And I don't need to be the good guy in the cage, but I do need to be fair. I need to be fair to myself. I need to be fair, to my opponent. I just need to go out there and do my best. And if I have to hurt them, I will. And I have no qualms about that anymore. But I prefer not to hurt them. And I really like, it's like the meme or the thing. There are two wolves in my heart. One's violent and the other one just kind of wants to play around. And I do still have conflicting feelings. And I think as I grow older, my feelings will change. But right now, it's, if I hurt you, it's because you didn't let me beat you without hurting you. And that is your fault.
And
sorry. It's like
Yeah.
when I suplexed Kurt, I thought, like, oh crap, I killed him. Like his head hit the mat all crazy. I was a little scared for a moment, but then I kept going, and then I choked him. And I hope his neck's not hurt. But if he would have got knocked out by the slam, that would have been a good finish, and I would have been happy with it.
For lack of a better word, are you passionate about fighting, or is fighting like the means to the end that it provides the things that you need in your life? Is it part of like a larger picture? How does that fit into it? Are you passionate about fighting? Is that your singular drive, or is it just part of like a larger thing that allows you to achieve those goals that you need?
It's definitely part of a larger thing. Like, I love stories, and I love philosophy, and I love art, and I love fighting. And fighting, I'm not expressing myself, I'm discovering myself. And I go out there and I love the uncertainty of fighting. I love the chaos of it. I love seeing how I react to it. I love the problem solving. But I know that it's all the other things that are tied to the cage fight that I think I'm really obsessed with. I'm obsessed with all the different variables. I'm obsessed with solving these puzzles. I'm obsessed with improving myself, and fighting is just my medium for that right now. But I definitely don't think I'm one of these fighters that after I'm done fighting, I'm going to have an identity crisis. because fighting is just the way I was chasing all of these stimuli. And I will find it another avenue eventually. But for right now, we're fighting men in a cage until I no longer enjoy doing it.
Along these same lines and continuing with this track, in a 2023 interview with Tom Gerbasi of UFC.com, you kind of said that you look at the MMA game as more of like a larger picture as opposed to this kind of linear path, maybe like a video game or like other fighters might be taking it. It's win, 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 title, win, win, win. What is that larger picture if you know? And if you don't know, let's say that picture's still hazy, what is the ideal picture?
I think the ideal picture is that this life that I'm living, this career path that I'm choosing, leads to me finding my tribe, leads to me becoming the man that my family needs me to be. And ideally, what I want at the conclusion of my fight career is I want to know who my people are. Because, this sport is filled with a very eclectic bunch of individuals. And most of them I don't vibe with. But I feel like the past year and a half, I've really met some people that'll be lifelong friends that are part of my tribe. And they've helped me discover myself. I feel like one important part of the human experience is that humans don't exist in a vacuum. We don't really know who we are until we have other people to reflect off of. And I really feel like I'm finding out who I am by my interactions with people and by the fight camps. And I just love seeing how my life is turning out. And I love seeing the people that are brought into my path and the family I'm building. And that includes like my friends and my associates. And I just know that after my fight career, like at its conclusion, after the end, I'm all in a somber mood now, even though I have like so many years left. I just want to find my people, and then I want to grow old, and I want to help them achieve their dreams. And I want us all to be collaborative, and I just want to reach for the stars with a bunch of people that are like-minded.
How many new people are in your corner, are in your life since that Chase Hooper fight? Because just talking to you, it really does feel like you are a new person. You are a new fighter. You mentioned how young you are. You're only 30 years old. You said it yourself. It feels like you're 1-0 now. It feels like we're starting on a new trek. Like, how refreshed have the people around you been since that Chase Hooper fight?
Completely different. I would say the only person that has like stayed in my inner circle, or like I have two of my training partners, but besides that, in that year and a half, like I have like a team of like 7 to 8 people, and we meet 3 times a week, and none of them miss it. And we have coaches and we have plans that go months in the future, and we're all reading the same books, and we're really all just getting better. And it's really cool. You really are the sum of like all the people you're surrounded by. And I'm surrounded by so many great people. I have great friends, great trading partners, great brothers in arms. Got Jason Bam, Chris, Brandon Jenkins, little Matthew, who's growing up and making his debut soon. Like, there's just so much energy. And so much energy and optimism I'm surrounded by in the day-to-day. And it's so hard to go into my fights and not feel energized, not feel excited, not feel optimistic. And always looking for more people of like minds, add to the energy, but I'm just in a totally different spot. And I think I'm finally in fertile soil. Like, I feel like that Tupac poem, like the rose that grew from the concrete, like I was succeeding despite my surroundings and environment, but now I'm in fertile soil. I think I know. I don't think I know the future's looking up.
I can't even lie, man. Just talking to you, I can feel this energy. It's hard not to be excited for you. It's hard not to be happy for you, to be optimistic about the future. So I really can, just through this Zoom call, feel what you are talking about. You mentioned you're not going to be one of those fighters who has an identity crisis post-fighting. So we were actually looking at your Instagram, and we found a post of yours where it's you and you're photoshopped in with a bunch of your favorite characters from across the video games, across the TV shows, the movies that you watch. And I just kind of wanted to get a better look into like why these people are inspirations to you and like how they've implemented inspiration in your life. Like I see Shrek in there. I see Apollo Creed. I see a couple Futurama characters, Mass Effect 2. I know that's your favorite video game. Like how did they come to be and why do they inspire you?
Well, I think damn near all those characters, besides maybe Zoidberg and Samwise Gamgee, they had a pivotal moment where they completely changed their path. And I feel like fighting, when I first discovered mixed martial arts, like that was the thing that changed. Like before I was going to do this, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to be a lawyer, do family law, put in my 20, 30 years, and then retire. And then I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the twilight of my life. And then I discovered fighting. And I was like, you could do something, be passionate about it, and be happy. And I just ran with it. And I thought that was like the pivotal moment. But I think the pivotal moment was the birth of my second daughter and realizing that I don't always have to be the class clown and that you can be the funny guy, but that shouldn't be all you are. And that there's nothing wrong with being passionate about something and failing. And you should be trying to strive and reach for the stars. And even if you don't think you're going to reach them, the effort and the energy you put towards trying to reach those goals is worth it. Your life will be so much better if you like aim high. So a lot of those characters, they had this great wound or this great trauma or this great guilt, and they decided to let that change them. And I had guilt about losing my fight, and I decided to let it change me. And I'm changing every day. We're always growing, we're always adapting. But yeah, most of those characters, you thought their life was going to go a certain way. It was very deterministic, very Freudian. This happened in your past, this is going to be you in the future, and I'm ignoring that. My past doesn't matter unless I decide it matters.
Incredible breakdown of it. I was gonna ask, like, who has Sandor Clegane as like inspiration, like Uncle Eero? I do have some Uncle Eero in myself. Love making tea, so shout out to him. I did see one character on there though, Mr. Samwise Gamgee. My co-host here, New York Rick, he is under the belief that Lord of the Rings is nothing more than a couple blokes just walking through the woods. That's all it is.
The movies.
All they do is walk, blah, blah, blah. Nothing good about it.
Why am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Why am I wrong?
You are wrong, but
I want to hear from
explain to him why he's wrong, Jordan.
Okay, so you're right and wrong, I think. So
yes.
I think, especially Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit in particular, it is one of those things where it's like, does the journey matter more than the destination? Like I think of The Hobbit, and the original title was There and Back Again. And I think it speaks to something at this core of like the masculine spirit. I feel like in every man, there's this desire to go on this grand adventure and to do crazy, difficult, chaotic things. And on the other side, a man wants to lay down roots. He wants to build his kingdom. And those goals are diametrically opposed. So the dream of most men is to go on this dream, go on this like dream epic quest, to go there and to come back again. And then to, build their kingdom, to live both those lives. And I think one thing that makes Lord of the Rings particularly timeless is the fact that Frodo and Sam, they go on this long walk from the Shire to Mordor and back. And they're the same people, as opposed to like their adventure changed them. They come back to the Shire and it's no different, but they are different. They had both of those things that are essential to like masculine development, the journey that forces you to grow, and then coming back home and everything being the same. So I feel like, yes, it is just a big journey, but I feel like life's just a big journey. We're just doing the same thing every day. It's monotonous when you're experiencing it. But looking back, it's like, dude, that was pretty epic. And I grew a lot. So I think it is just a walk. It's just a bunch of books, a bunch of movies where you're seeing these beautiful scenic scenes. And then you go back home and you're like, damn, did I really do that?
Bravo. To give that breakdown off the cuff, just out of nowhere, us just putting that on you, that was 10 out of 10. That was fantastic, Jordan.
Yeah, it was. And it took me mentally, as you were talking about that like kind of growth and development and them being different, even though they're the same. It took me to another Instagram post of yours, and I want to bring it up. You posted a picture of yourself in 2009, I believe it was. And you talked about the younger version of yourself being filled with this like self-hate. And, hopefully maybe you can talk more about that. But what I'm interested in is if you could tell that kid, if you could say something to that person to reassure them or make them not feel that way, or to anybody else young out there who's feeling that same way and in that same spot, what would you say? What was that journey for you? You just talked about taking that journey and that growth. What was that journey for you, and what could you say to that person?
What I would say to myself in that picture when I was young, when things were, less optimal, so to speak, not to get too into the weeds, but everyone always tells you to say like, oh, just tell your friends that are suffering, that they're having a hard time, that it gets better. And I don't think it gets better. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But you can decide to be better. And I would have told myself, like, it'll probably get better, but if it doesn't, you can still be stronger. I used to have a lot of self-hate about various issues. I feel like a lot of teenagers, young people, young men, young women, they have this angst. They have this sense of separation and isolation from those around them. And that kind of shows up as self-hate and anxiety. And I'm no different. And I think I really did not like who I saw looking back at me in the mirror until I was like 18 or 19. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay with that. But then I got older and dated some crazy people, dated some wonderful people. And I just didn't like myself. I didn't like where my path was leading. And I was a poli-sci major, so we're always looking at like percentages. Like if a person had this background, they're going to vote this way. They're going to go this direction in their life. And I was like, okay, I had a single mom who wasn't in the home. And I'm mixed race. And I'm not married. And I'm from this religious background. I really just saw my future. I was like, dude, what's the point of me even living this life? And you go to dark places when you think like that. And then I remember I met my wife and I was like, damn, this person's is worth sticking around for. This person is worth growing into a man that I'm happy to see when I look in the mirror. And really, she was like the catalyst that made me view myself in a more positive way. Because everyone was like, a lot of people around me were like, oh, you're a good guy. You're this, you're this. They were saying all these positive things, but I didn't believe it. And if you don't believe it, it doesn't matter how much joy or happiness you bring those around you. You're still going to be miserable. And I just decided, when I met my wife, that I was going to be happy at all costs, successful at all costs, be myself at all costs. And it took that leap of faith. But I discovered myself. And I started liking who I saw looking at me in the mirror. And I started being thankful for a lot of the things in my past that used to be my excuse for not succeeding. So, yeah, I would tell myself, yeah, it gets better, but if it doesn't, you could be better, and that'll be the same thing.
That's powerful.
So
these answers off the cuff, man, Jordan. This is a very special interview. We really appreciate the time you joining us. Just a couple here before we let you go. Our boy in the back, audio engineer Frank, is a big fan of yours. He loves reading, loves video games, loves board games, and he asked us to tee him up to be able to ask you a question. So, Frank, go ahead, man.
Hey, Jordan. Frank here in the back.
what's up?
I know that you read almost 90 books since your last fight, and we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you for a recommendation you can make to us.
Oh, okay, this is exciting. I don't get to do this very often.
How long does it take you to read, by the way? I've become a big reader. I've read like 8 books this year. I started a book club in my apartment, no big deal. Not taking any credit or anything, no big deal. But like, I read, but it takes me a minute to get through these books.
I mean, I actually was a slow reader. I couldn't read until about 4th or 5th grade. And I hated reading because it kind of exposed how stupid I was or uneducated I was at that age. And then I started reading in 2018, 2019. And now I read about 70 books a year. If I was to recommend one book in particular, it'd be Blackwater by Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell passed away. He was an openly gay man from the South, and he was writing in the 70s to 90s. And he writes the best Southern Gothic books of all time. Stephen King said that he was the best writer of paperback originals alive at the time before he passed away of age-related illness, I believe. But Blackwater by Michael McDowell is a Southern Gothic family saga. It takes place over 50 years. And it's basically like, what would happen if the Swamp Thing infiltrated a family and kind of directed the future of this family across 50 years. And it's quite amazing. There's horror elements, there's soap opera elements, it's a bunch of drama. It's mostly just people talking and gossiping. But it's my favorite book of all time. And I read that last year. So
I got it pulled up on Amazon already. I'm about to place the order and read it. One last one before we let you go. I am a betting man myself. I use Bet MMA tips. I know you've been asked this before, but I just have to make sure. I always see Jordan Leavitt profile popping up, and I just checked in today just to see what was he on last weekend. I couldn't help but notice the Jordan Leavitt profile was also on Jordan Leavitt as well. Plus 152 units of profit. That isn't bad. Can you confirm whether this is you or not?
I would never gamble. And
Good.
That would be illegal and improper. But no, that guy actually did pretty good. I remember when I was fighting Patty, he was like, the odds say I win this percentage of the time, but I think I win this percentage of the time. So I'm going to put this much on myself. I was like, damn, that man's more confident than I am. So no, I wish.
Well,
when you're in the...
I was going to say, he had 2 units on you last week.
Good pick. Good pick. Everyone was picking me by decision, and I was like, maybe, but probably gonna get him out of there.
Okay,
so
gonna let you out of here on this. You mentioned the Paddy Pimblett fight. If the version of you that's here today with the confidence, with the different lease on life, was in that fight, what way does that go?
Oh, if the me from today fought Paddy, then I would have won. But the me of today fighting Paddy today, I give him the edge. If I'm being honest, I'm an evidence person. I need evidence. And when I fought Paddy, I had 10 pro fights. He had more than double my experience. He had 5 rounders. And we're not gonna get into the whole stylistically I'm supposed to lose and what have you. But I was a kid, just broke into double-digit fights, and I still performed fairly well, but I made a lot of mistakes. And I wouldn't make those mistakes today, but he wouldn't make the same mistakes as well. He's much bigger, much more physically imposing now. He's more muscle-bound. He's avoided the boxing. He basically just circumnavigated the boxing issue. He just kicks, stays on the outside. I wouldn't be getting in on takedowns the same way. But I don't think he knees me in the head and takes my back the same way either. So, yes, I would have, if we had similar experience, I think I would have trounced him, but I didn't. And this is the one playthrough on life I get, so I'm not going to dwell on it. But I just have to win enough fights, keep getting bonus checks, keep stacking bodies, and maybe I'll get that rematch. And I guess we'll get to see.
Well, we will be watching, Jordan. We really appreciate you joining the show today, man. Very excited to watch you in the future. 1-0 now. I'm very excited to see where it goes from there, man. Thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the second child. And we'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you guys for having me.
Man, what a conversation.
What a fascinating man.
I feel like every time we have a guest on, they just impress us more and more.
Yeah, we continue to have these guests that I think there's just so many more layers to some of these guys, and I understand why. My favorite thing of this sport, the reason I got into this sport was watching Ariel talk to these guys and learn more about them. And the more we continue to learn about these fighters, I just think there's so much more to them. And obviously, there's going to be degrees to that. A guy like Jordan Leavitt, there is just so much there. There's just so much to peel back that onion and kind of get to.
And he's willing to let you go there.
He'll talk about it. That's the best part. He talks about his lack of confidence. He talks about like giving himself outs and making excuses for losses, and or having pre-built in excuses for losses. I'm blown away when I saw that article with Alex Behunin where he admitted like, I'm now shifting into taking my career seriously. I was like, holy shit! Like that is a crazy thing to say, because I have to admit, from the outside, I looked at him as this like kind of like eclectic character. He's got the charisma, but like, can he actually fight? I was thinking he's going to beat Paddy Pimblett. He doesn't. Then I go, oh, maybe he's not. Like him saying, yeah, that was me, but this is a completely different guy is kind of powerful, especially from somebody who's so self-reflective like he is. I'm really excited about what he does next. Like truly excited about what he does next.
Yeah, I can't wait. And I would imagine we're not going to get as long as a layoff as the 19 months.
It sounds like he wants to get in there.
But the 19 months were necessary, it seems like.
How about him saying like, if I was this guy, I beat Paddy that night, but maybe I think Paddy might beat me now because he's seen improvements in Paddy.
I was just about to say, I was going to follow up with, what about Paddy today?
Yeah.
Like, Paddy from that night you beat. Paddy from today, how do you feel? And he answered it himself.
What a fascinating dude. Unlike anybody I've quite seen. Maybe there's other people out there, but I really enjoyed that chat a lot.
Jordan Leavitt joins the squad of an
Frankie's
official boy
first
in the
interview
background.
question.
Nailed
Shout out,
it,
Frankie.
You nailed it.
The way that you guys sync up like that is uncanny.
Yeah.
Are you going to read Blackwater?
Absolutely. Are you going to read it too?
Yeah. I already
Stephen
ordered
King's
it on
favorite
Amazon.
author?
On,
I'd say offer.
Michael McDowell.
Yeah.
Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell is also a NASCAR driver. Shout out.
That's right.
Shout out. Don't make me think.
Same
about
guy,
this
right?
Weekend. Yeah, it actually is.
Also, we got a little confirmation, not the better,
Not the better. We knew that, though. We've asked him that before. I just always think it's hilarious. Every fight week that Jordan Leavitt fights, the Jordan Leavitt account bets on Jordan Leavitt. So you can go on the tab, and it's like, who bet on Jordan Leavitt? Jordan Leavitt. But obviously, it is not him. All right, let's go back to this weekend. Let's do our bets. We'll do the Parlay Pals. We'll do my bets. And then we got to run the old Venezuelan fight feast that we all did this past weekend. The highly controversial
No.
Queens of Rapa party. Recap from last weekend, I won like 0.3 units. Parlay Pals hit, but it was just me and Rick's picks. So like it's all moot at that point.
It's tough.
It is tough. Thank you, Connor. Parlay Pals this weekend. Boys, I've already gotten Pizza Carol's pick.
What do we got?
Hell yeah.
The challenger, Kayla Harris.
He
He fills in for Juliana Pena on the Parlay Pals and bets against her.
This is bad form. Do we veto
I don't have governing power to veto it.
We could.
But the amount that he's lost, the amount that he's put the Parlay Pals name out there and not come through for us, and now he does this. If and when Juliana Pena wins on Saturday, Pizza Carol's place in the Parlay Pals is on the line.
Yeah, I think Juliana has to come back. The champion, Juliana. Man, that's rough. All right. Okay.
All right, so Kayla Harris,
rest.
minus 800, minus 700, whatever it is. Great pick, Pizzi. We really appreciate that, man. No,
Yeah,
for
thanks,
sure, dude.
Pizzi.
Thanks so much for that one. That's really going to boost the odds. All right, Frank, you'll go first. Rick second. I will go third. Sorry, I was in the randomizer while I was shitting on Pizzi.
It's all good. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland. I'm going to take a money line, and I'm going to collect the money at the end of this.
All right, you're banking on a motivated Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
All right. I will go.
Me? Wait, do we? No, is it me or you?
I'll go.
This is why we got to respect the randomizer.
Didn't we used to have like music under this?
Yeah. We used to have like the
Hey,
intention.
Ariel, welcome to the show.
I will take the much anticipated prospect, undefeated 36-year-old Osman Merzakhan.
I like how you teed that up.
Osman Merzakhan on my pick. To you.
I'm also going to take a highly touted prospect, Joe Piper.
Shout out. We're all taking big favorites.
Yes.
Rightfully
I mean,
so.
there are
We need
only
a win.
big favorites on this fucking
We
card.
need a win. According to DraftKings, that's plus 127 on the parlay. There's the graphic. 8 and 17. Starting to get them back. We wouldn't get the green, but we'd do some damage if we
really didn't even make a dent in that.
We won like 0.96 units. We won like 0.96.
Oh, shit.
All right, let's run through my bets real quick. Not a ton, but worth going through. First up, Polar Bear money line, baby. We support our own Action Bronson. His favorite fighter is Sergey Spivak, so I will be riding with him. Use the wrestling, Sergey. Don't box. Take him down. The only time Waldo Cortez Acosta lost in the UFC was against Marco Rogerio de Lima. He got taken down 3 times in that one. Do the same, Sergey. Do the same. Make Action proud out there. Next up, Patchy Mix. I'm going to lay the juice. I think the debutant gets it done in his first UFC bout. I just don't think he's going to accept positions against the fence. I think he can hold his own in the striking. I think he's just too advantageous on the ground, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to finish Mario Bautista in there and skyrocket into the top 10 of the UFC rankings. Next up, get out of here, Pizzi.
Let's go.
Get out of here, Pizzi. You're giving me 4-1 on the champ? You were giving me 4-1. Juliana, if you're watching, I know you're watching. Yeah, you're plus 550 now. This shows your boy's been 10 toes down for about a week now. Plus 460. I don't need the better price. I don't want it. You keep it, Vegas.
It's free money
You
anyway.
keep it. You keep it. And still, baby. And still, come Saturday night, Juliana Pena. And then to the main event, we talked about it. I'm going to go with Murad Dvalishvili to get it done by decision. 12-fight win streak, 11 of them have come by decision. Sean O'Malley is a tough dude. I don't see him getting him out of there, but I don't think Sean O'Malley's closed the gap enough to overcome this. If he does, it would be an incredible accomplishment. 2 quick parlays for you. Some anchors, Azamat Mirzakhanov and Joshua Van. Threw him in there with Kevin Holland. Both y'all's picks, actually. Frank's pick, Kevin Holland, and then next one, Joey P, Joe Pyfer, B. Joe Pyfer. There it is. Those are my picks for UFC 316, which goes down this weekend in Newark, New Jersey. Co-main event, Kayla Harrison versus the Venezuelan Vixen. So for that reason, all of us, me, you, Andy, Frank, Jordan, we all got together, went out to Queens.
Who, me?
The invite was there. The invite was there. And I tried.
Bullshit.
Wow, Frank is back.
Killing it.
Frank
Killing
is
it.
back.
Asking your first interview question, firing on the drops. I tried Venezuelan food for the first time ever. I had never had an arepa, I'll be totally honest with you. Could not have done it without Andy. She was our guide. Venezuelan food from the Arepas Cafe. Please enjoy. UFC 316 going down this weekend in Newark, New Jersey. Main event, Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Murad Dvalishvili. We're not worried about that because the co-main event is Kayla Harrison versus the Venezuelan Vixen. I don't know anything about Venezuelan food, but it's the perfect time for the debut of Director Andy on Fight Feast.
I'm super excited to have you guys finally here eating the best food in the world. So, episode 22 de Fight Feast. Vámonos?
Vámonos. Almost got hit by a scooter there. Y'all see the jersey? Venezuela? Shout out to Ron Acuna.
Does anybody else want café con leche? Café con leche. Me da porfa frescolita, me da 3. O el que quiero que prueben es el Baby Shark. Ok, no, sí queremos con Baby Shark, porfa.
Perfecto, no hay problema.
Que él no ha probado.
Que me den de todo.
Perfecto.
All right, we're starting with Frescolita. Could not be more in love with this can. Juliana told me to get this. I'm being warned it's very sweet. The menu said bubblegum flavor. Oh, I love it. I like sweet stuff though.
Yep.
I love it. Love the can, love the flavor. Now we got Malton. This is root beer?
This is like root beer, yes. It's like an acquired taste, but very, very popular in Venezuela. Like, we have it everywhere.
This is not root beer. Yeah, this is a little bit more intense. I see the acquired taste. Yeah, wow.
The nervous laugh.
Oh my God.
Right? That's how they
These
sell
are-
it where we grew up. Like, they're that big. Like, you're like, how do I bite this thing?
Safe space. Never had an arepa. Don't think I've ever had any Venezuelan food. FaceTime to the champ incoming. Will she answer? Champ unavailable. Let's leave a message. Juliana, what's good? We got Rick here. We got Andy. We're trying Venezuelan food. I just had some frescalito. It was great. Ought to try Baby Shark. Sorry we missed you. And still this weekend.
Okay, so these are pequeños. These are what like people refer to as like our mozzarella sticks. They're not. They're so good, but they do have a lot of hot cheese in them, so careful when you bite in.
Okay, so this is just cheese in here.
This is just cheese, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
So put a little on. Yeah, take a bite. Burn yourself.
Fantastic. I mean, how could you possibly not like this?
Come on.
Oh, cheese explosion.
Told you. So these are mini empanadas. We got a combination of them. So one of them will have shredded beef. We don't know which one because they're not labeled.
This is roulette. This is empanada roulette. One of these has Baby Shark in it.
They're all gonna be good, yes. Two of them have Baby Shark in them. So there's your chances. One of them has cheese, the other one has chicken, the other one has shredded beef.
We've had kangaroo on Fight Feast. Now we try Baby Shark. I'm just gonna grab this one.
Okay.
You wanna go for one to see if you can find it?
Yeah, man, let's go for it.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna go no sauce first.
All right, cheers.
I think I got one.
I don't think this is Baby Shark.
That's cheese. That's straight up
The
cheese.
cheese is unbelievable. I was like, this is too good for this to be Baby Shark. Let's see what it looks like on the
Baby
inside.
Shark. So see, it's kind of like tuna consistency.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good.
All right, I'm going dip. Baby Shark, here we go. First time ever having shark. Here we go. First time. Shark.
Here we go.
Not scared at all.
Right?
Tastes like seafood. Tastes like good seafood. I like Baby Shark more than I liked kangaroo
Oh.
in terms of
alright,
exotic
okay.
animals. All right, that's chicken
That
for
looks
sure.
like chicken, yeah, it looks like chicken.
I actually like the Baby Shark better than the chicken.
Okay, okay, interesting.
This one's definitely beef.
There you
That's
go.
beef for sure.
That's the one. Number one?
Beef is number one.
Okay.
Beef, cheese, Baby Shark, chicken.
You should try the hot sauce.
Okay.
These. Might be very spicy.
What is this, like habanero?
It's not that spicy.
Pretty spicy. It's pretty spicy. That is quite spicy, but it's good. It's good. It's kind of sweet a little bit too. Empanadas in the books. Love them. Baby Shark. We did it. I can sing that song completely differently now because I ate a Baby Shark. This looks insane. Sour cream on the side?
Kind of. It's called nata. Not actually sure what it's made of.
Mystery
Not quite
white sauce.
Sour cream.
Sour cream-ish sounds better than mystery white sauce. Everybody in for this one. What do we got here?
This is a cachapa. I got the traditional one, which just has cheese in it. You can cut it up into bits. We can all try it out. I would grab some of the nata and just kind of like pour it on top.
So what is on the outside? I see corn in there.
It's like a corn pancake, yes. So it's
Oh.
kind of sweet, kind of salty.
Corn
and then-
pancake stuffed
Yes,
with cheese.
yes.
All right, man. Like, look at this cheese on the inside. All right. Pour a little bit on top.
Yeah.
Moving a little bit slower than I was anticipating. All right, how many more do I need?
1, 2, 3. One more
see
for
you.
Frank.
Cutting up cake.
With his hands, and there's a fork right next to it.
You were like, I like to pour it all over, and you're just dabbing each one individually.
Sorry, Frank. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I know. I'm really starting to mangle this thing, eh? All right, here's 4 though. Frank, take yours.
Thank you.
Get 1. Yeah.
Frank, what are we doing, bro?
He didn't cut it properly.
I'll cut 1 more.
Oh, you're just gonna eat without it.
Oh, no,
Dude, we were all
Are you
doing
shitting me,
this
Frank? You
together.
excuse my language. You're the worst, man.
Literally.
Boo.
This is what it's
Boo.
like every day of our lives together.
I'm just gonna do this.
Let's try this again. Here we go.
I need a fork here.
Yeah. Give it a go. Give it a go.
You really didn't wait for
All
the
right,
second
we're all
one.
going at the same time? I mean, can we talk about the cheese there? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. What I envisioned it to be is incredible.
That's a really good one.
A++. My favorite thing.
My favorite so far.
Incredible. No words.
Shout out. The national dish of Venezuela, right?
That's correct. So this is pabellón criollo. This has fried plantains, rice, black beans, and shredded beef.
This is getting sloppy. We need 2 forkfuls here. Oh, the plantain is so good. Shredded beef's amazing. The cheese on the black beans.
Might be the same shredded beef that you had in the empanada. I would not be surprised. And you
Makes
liked
sense.
it as
Love them both.
Yeah. Let me see how good this is. Oh yeah. It's really moist. Lots of flavor, lots of spices. So good.
All right, last dish. Maybe the most important one, Arepas Cafe. What do we got here?
Classic. So this is pernil. This has pork, avocado cheese, it looks like. This one right here is shredded beef with yellow cheese.
Okay.
Gouda, I think is what that is. It's so good. And then this one is chicken salad. So it's got mayo, avocado, shredded chicken.
Cold chicken salad.
Cold chicken salad. And then it has avocado and cheese in there as well.
All three of these right up my alley.
And this is how we serve them in Venezuela. Like if you go to an establishment and they give it to you this big, that's a good place. That's a good place to go. If they give it to you tiny, not a lot of filling.
Now, is this something you eat on the go, or you sit down and eat it at a table?
I mean, you should eat it on the go if you can, but I mean, look at it, right? Like you gotta go in with a fork. I'm gonna go in with a fork on mine.
Okay, here we go.
Oh man.
I'm speechless. I mean, it's incredible. Pork, you said? Mm-hmm. Rick told me the pernil is amazing. It's unbelievable.
Well, you got it.
Shut up, Frank.
You all right over there?
Almost choked on the pernil. It's all good. We're all right. Oh, with the melted cheese. The first bite is a battle.
Yeah.
You gotta really unhinge the jaw to get that first bite.
That's why you go in with a fork for a little bit, and then you got the arepa in.
Shredded beef, another winner. Knew I was gonna love it. Chicken salad. Gotta work through the beef first. Can't lie, I'm starting to get full.
It's a lot of food, man. This is a whole plate in like an arepa.
All right, one last time. Warm the old jaw. Chicken salad. Am I about to eat a half avocado in one bite here?
There you go.
There we go. Smash it down a little bit. Love the chicken salad.
Okay.
Hot sauce is hotter than I remember it being. Frank, let me know I have some stuff in my beard.
You have a little bit here.
Was this a cuss word free fight feast? Have we made it that far? My parents are gonna be so proud. Rankings: the pork, the chicken salad, the beef.
Interesting. I haven't gotten to this one yet.
Please try it. It's amazing.
Frank, please try. I think I'm 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
For sure. This is amazing.
All of them are incredible. If I come back, this is when I come back. This is the one. All right, favorite time of the meal for me, dessert. Tres leches. Haven't had this since the Mexican fight feast like a year ago. What do we have here?
This is a quesillo. Some people call this flan. It's one of the things that we bring to like every birthday party. There's like a cake, there's jello, there's this. So I hope you like it. We love this.
It's got a little jiggle to it.
Yeah, a little jiggle,
gelatinous.
some caramel, some rum in there.
Oh, rum. Let's go.
Yeah.
Turn up. Here we go. It's good. I know I'm gonna like the tres leches
You're gonna
better.
love it. You're gonna
Tres leches is my favorite. I'll
Can't wait
swap
for
with
you
you.
to try it.
Tres leches, like the goat of all goat desserts. It's unbelievable. Nothing else to say.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. It might be my favorite dessert ever. I love it. Every time I have it, which is now twice. Both times I've had it, I love it. All right, I thought we were done. One last thing. What do we have here?
Had to get one last thing. This is one of my favorite things. This is a chicha. It's like a rice drink that has condensed milk in it and cinnamon. Super sweet, but super good.
Oh yeah, it's like thick. It almost, Frank's been calling for a milkshake all day. Like it almost has the consistency of like, it almost feels like I'm drinking soft serve.
And sometimes if you get it with the actual rice in, you'll get like little bits of rice that pop in there.
It's incredible. It literally is like a vanilla milkshake.
So good.
I think this is gonna go in the top 3 of things I had today.
Amazing.
I'm glad you got this. This is incredible.
Strong? Go strong?
I'm done with it. So yeah, you can straw it. I guess not.
You guys are gonna want to try this. Steel punch? Oh yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Right. I would drink this every night if I could.
Come on. Yeah.
We just cannonballed the chicha as a team.
Team bonding.
Shout out. All right, that is it for Venezuelan food. I am stuffed. We had tequeños, we had arepas, we had
Cachapas, we have
Cachapas.
pabellon, and then they brought out the quesillo, they brought out the
tres leches.
chicha,
We've had it all.
frescolita, malta, we've had everything.
Andy, I can't thank you enough. I would have been so lost. You've been a beautiful roadmap. Venezuelan food, love it. I think there was maybe other than the Malton, the root beer-esque thing. I think other than that, I loved everything. So Andy, thank you so much.
Cheers.
We really appreciate it. Frescolito, in your dad. Maybe we'll get a text or something from Juliana, whatever. I mean, she's busy, the champ. You know, whatever, no big deal. I mean, it's whatever, no big deal, no big deal. There it was. Fight Feast Venezuelan food. have to first and foremost thank Director Andy. We could not have done that without her. Would have absolutely been lost. Did you say GOAT, Frank?
I certainly did.
She can't just be the GOAT? Come on, man.
She's also a GOAT.
She's the GOAT. Thank you, Andy. That was incredible.
Yes.
First time trying arepas will not be the last time that I have Venezuelan food.
We were in very good hands. We have to give a shout out to Arepas Cafe. Like that place was incredible.
Shout out Arepas Cafe in Queens.
They took incredible care of us. But yes, thank you to Andy for organizing everything and making it as good as it could be.
Nice people, fantastic food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highly
so happy
recommend.
You guys enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
I think we gave Juliana Pena some good luck.
As it said in the credits, I took home all the leftovers. Yeah. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Good job bringing something home for your wife there, Jordan. Pregnant wife.
She should have shown up.
Wow. Ruthless. Jordan Kamzan.
All right. So we did that ahead of UFC 316 this weekend, which takes place in New Jersey, which brings us to our pound for pound rankings. Best jerseys.
Love it.
New Jersey. Best
jerseys.
Oh,
Got
no.
it, Frank?
That's clever.
What's the order, brother?
I don't like that tone because that tells me we're in for a very interesting pound, like a kind of.
I just like
coming in number one record shop.
Gotta love a good pun.
I don't feel good about this.
I'll start us off. Then we will go to Connor.
Okay.
And we'll have Rick finish us off.
Nice.
Yep, Frank, just go ahead and take it away.
Go ahead,
Do
man.
we not have music? I feel like we usually have music.
All right, dude. What is wrong with you?
We need music for
My
this.
number 5.
There used to be a sound effect.
I don't even. Okay. My number 5 is a throwback when the Pittsburgh Steelers used to wear what is akin to like almost a bumblebee, maybe even like something you would wear in prison. But they still had the gold and the black, and I just can't imagine like being the opposing team and then just seeing, 11 guys come out there all dressed like that, and you're like, damn.
Gotham FC.
Exactly.
Yes.
The chain gang.
Fuck, these are fire. I love these.
I love them. It's not to say their current ones aren't cool, like the logo's cool, but this is just this is old school.
Do you know like years on some of this? Like, do you know when this is from? When they wore this?
Dude, I just found out that this is called American football. So we're not cooking with gas.
They wore those several times during
great pick, though.
during Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
I want to say there's been a couple where
was
it was
like a throwback. But did they wear it originally and then they brought it back, or was
they
that
wore it in like the
They have it like in the
20s.
throwback rotation.
Okay,
right?
like that.
I think they wore it when it was Ben, Brown, and Bell, Le'Veon Bell,
These are
Antonio
player
Brown, Ben
names.
Roethlisberger. Yeah, but they were the killer bees, and then they would wear those.
Yeah, those are
jerseys.
sick. Those are really good.
Sick. So coming in at number 4, this one's just personal to me, but it's got to be University of Texas's own Longhorns. The burnt orange, got the little minimalist, Longhorn on there.
Yep.
I love how some teams are like, it's already on the helmet. We don't need it on the jersey. And the Longhorns are like, fuck that. There's tradition. We're putting the Longhorn on there. Again, the burnt orange, I don't know of any other team that's done that. I didn't spend any time looking into if anyone else has done it, but it speaks to me.
It's a great color. Hook 'em.
Yeah. Miami's is kind of orange like that.
It's orange,
like a
but that's
burnt-
a burnt orange.
this
They
is-
left
this
that
is a
one on
very
the
good
stove
color.
for sure.
Hook 'em. All right. So then number 3, it's your own Toronto Raptors. I love it because I love dinosaurs. I also love the play on the name because like a raptor I think is actually a bird. A velociraptor is the dinosaur. And we now know they didn't look anything like that. Like they had feathers and shit.
Hold on.
What?
Velociraptor is a dinosaur, but raptor is a bird?
Raptor refers to like a family of birds. So I don't know the exact genealogy here, but yeah.
Have I been lied to my whole
I don't
life?
know. I'm not getting into this one.
The important part is we are twice removed from what a raptor should be, and they're like, we're sticking it on the jersey anyway. Look at him. He's cute. Toronto.
Yeah, it looks
I think
great.
It's cool. Yeah, it's like
Great jersey.
Yeah, at this point, it's almost a cryptid, which I think is sick. Coming in at number 2, we're going all the way back to Pittsburgh to show some love to the Pittsburgh Penguins, because what is not better than a penguin with a hockey stick on a team that has been able to crush it time and time again.
Number 2.
Lemieux, I'm talking about you.
You're going more classical. You're going more traditional.
Yeah, I like that vibe though.
I mean, there's room for everything, but there's only room for one number 1, and that is ultimately the Detroit Red Wings.
Man.
All right, made famous by Cameron and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but I was low-key a big Red Wings fan in the 90s. Sergei Fedorov, the GOAT. I love it. So that's my list.
Okay.
Top 5 jerseys.
Can
All
I
right.
just?
Can you shit on it? Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
no. Love the list. Not going to shit on it. I would just suggest humbly that the Detroit Red Wings made the Detroit Red Wings jersey famous, not Cameron from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
That's just my humble opinion.
The dynasty back in the day.
When I say made famous, I don't mean like the only source of fame has come from Cameron.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm saying, you know what?
it's not Cameron's day.
Words
off.
matter, Frank. Words matter.
Actually, to that point, the hot take about Ferris Bueller is that it's actually Cameron is sick and he's having a fever dream imagining his friend Ferris doing all of this. So in reality, it's Cameron's day off.
Oh, okay. Good call. Thanks.
Great movie.
Thanks for
Where do we all fall on Ferris Bueller? I'm a big fan.
We brought him up at Chicago. It was great. We were talking about
Yeah,
John
enjoy it.
Hughes in the control room
That's
earlier.
right, we were
all
talking about
agreed that he
Hughes.
was the GOAT. So
I don't.
Shout out.
I don't think we got there, but we all do.
no,
like
we
John
did.
Hughes.
Yeah, you were like the biggest John Hughes fan.
All right, who's next, Frank?
That would be you, sir.
Okay. All right. Number 5. Take it back. Most of mine are going to be throwbacks. Most of mine they're not traditional.
Okay.
I like those the staples, but you see them too much. I like the alternates. Number 5, 90s Ducks, the Mighty Ducks, and this is like one of those jerseys you're going to see it a couple times. The purple and the teal with the logo, like the hockey mask logo that looks like a duck, is just fantastic. On the ice, it pops. It looks good, and it's one of those jerseys that's so good. Home and away looks fantastic. The white edition of them is also just as gorgeous. It's a rare jersey. I mean, look at that. Home and away, it looks fantastic.
Can I give you a hot take?
Yeah.
The Disney Ducks jersey is better than the real Ducks jersey.
The,
Oh,
the Disney Ducks
interesting.
is cool. I think it's similar to the Penguins, though.
Yeah, I think it's all right. I like the actual one that was played in the
Color
NHL.
combo is so sick.
Fantastic color
Yep.
combination. That's very important to me. Design, scheme, everything like that. That's why it takes us to number 4. Nigerian national team World Cup
Whoa.
2018 jersey. One of the best jerseys I have ever seen. Absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous. Nigeria always has fantastic international team kits. I like this
God
one
damn.
so much. I was a big Kamaru Usman fan at the time. Nigerian Nightmare. I got a custom one of these, just number 1, and the last name was Nightmare. That's how much I liked it.
Is the shorts that he's wearing part of the kit as well?
No, that's like custom. They did a whole like magazine spread of all the things. You could get sick jackets, pants. Like it's almost like a fashion shoe when it comes to the Nigerian
God,
national team.
this is
It's
gnarly.
fantastic with the
Yeah.
Nike on the chest too.
Yeah,
it's
I like it.
it's all time. Number 3, I'm actually taking one out of your book, Frankie. 90s NBA, the Purple Raptors. It's so good. It's so good. Vince Carter. All right, there's the white ones, very similar to the Ducks. Looks fantastic on the white. Looks fantastic on the purple. Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady doing the dunk contest, hitting them with the "It's over." The Raptors 90s jersey. I mean, that right there is just like, that is the fact that man is playing in an NBA game at the highest level. It's fantastic. The whole 90s scheme, the Jazz, the Hawks, the Nuggets, the Raptors, the Magic, like that was the top tier. Now they're coming out with like City Edition this, City Edition that, wearing it in the playoffs. When I saw the Nuggets were in the 52-80 jerseys in the playoffs, I was like, I'm out.
When
I don't
you
need this.
think of these jerseys, do you think of specific players in them?
Hawks, Mutombo, Carter for the Raptors, Shaq for the Magic, John Stockton for the Jazz.
When I was doing this exercise, I was like, this person in this jersey. That was how my head went.
Number 2, we go back to soccer. We go back to international soccer. We go back to World Cup jerseys, 1998, Mexican national team, all-timer. Oh, with the green, the red ringlets, the Aztec design, the collar. It's so good. It's so good. It is absolutely fantastic. See it in action, too. It looks just as good. I mean, that's just all time, man. 90s were just good times for jerseys, man. That was just it was loud. It was like brash. It was I mean, I'm wearing a 1997 Marlins World Series. Even the championship gear used to be better back in the day.
I think it was the simplicity. Bright colors.
Yep.
Design.
Simplicity, but loud, too.
Yeah, loud, but simple. I feel like we've gotten too complicated now on stuff.
That leads me to my number 1. Absolute no-brainer here.
Oh.
I actually got one myself. Legends are made in this one, and that is the jerseys for the Ultimate Fighter, baby. Oh, yeah. Woo! Tough jerseys. Yeah. Look at these things. These things are fire.
Fuck.
Sick, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
I'm going to leave here. Look at that.
Oh, there's our
That's
girl.
fucking fire. Oh, that's sick.
Wait,
Everyone
is that
remembers
from,
that.
What season is this one that you're wearing from?
That was Tough 30. This is Tough 31. This is Team McGregor. I think it says it on the back.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, Team McGregor on the back. I mean, I think I got a couple more picks that are just like, look at Volk, bro. The drip is crazy. This shit is sick, dude. This is fire. Oh, Team Rashad back in the day. I've been looking for one of these for a minute. This shit is sick.
I do have a BJ Penn one somewhere in my house.
Got to pull that out, man. That's swag right
fuck.
there.
Oh, man.
That's sick shit.
That's fantastic.
Shout out.
That is true.
I mean, look at this. I got the shirt to go with it. It's so good. That's not my real number one. Fuck the Tough jerseys. The worst thing ever created. Real number one.
Oh.
Chargers powder blues, baby. If you know, you know. Some of you younger kids are going to be like, oh, that's what they wear all the time. But I come from an era, like this is what you get all the time. It's just like, yep. The reason they wear these all the time now is because fans bullied them into making them their normal jerseys. I come from an era, this
LT,
right here,
shout out.
LT, 2006. Sean Merriman, we had him on the show earlier this week. You would get these once, maybe twice a year, 30 touchdown season, 2,300 all-purpose yards. Like these would come out, and it was just, and they were still playing in San Diego at the time. The Chargers powder blues, special jersey, so good that they got bullied into making them their permanent ones.
What an inspired choice.
Oh, yeah.
Because my number 5 is the San Diego Chargers powder blue jerseys.
All-timers.
All-timers. I wanted to start with Unitas, though. I want to start with, look at the yellow with the combo of the powder blue. I mean, it's just timeless.
Okay,
it's just
so
perfect.
I'm not like a big traditionalist guy. Like, I'm not like the guy that like hammers traditionalism, but there are few cooler things than like seeing a picture of Johnny Unitas and he's wearing essentially the same uniform as Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Like when you see old Packers, look at that Antonio Gates LT.
I put different eras, right? Because this is more the traditional, the bolt's a little bit different.
Reebok
but the key is that powder blue. Shout out to the Chargers powder blue.
I was describing this to Frank the other day. And the only thing I ever think of is LT with the black visor. Oh, just incredible. No words. Legendary
player, my favorite. Was a big fan of him coming out of TCU, and he killed it in the league. Number 4. I don't have to say much because we all share this one. 90s Raptors, baby.
Shout out. Great.
Shout out to the Toronto Raptors.
Great. Oh, look at
T-Mac. Looking like $1 million bucks. I also have a picture of Vincent T-Mac. I think it's actually the same one as you. A little higher res. I went to Getty and sent it to Jordan. Looks good in the purple. Looks good in the white. The raptor on the front. Although I guess I have to call it a velociraptor because if I say raptor, it might be a bird. The raptor is from the 90s. Number 3. This one's like you. This one's very specific. Like you picked a specific year of that league team in soccer. Let's time travel back to 1996.
Okay.
And we're going to go to San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, shit.
And we're going to go to the NBA All-Star game. To the 96 jersey, the teal joint. The teal joint.
This is a great call. This is a great call.
Also, I mean, just look at that All-Star team. Like they got some bangers on here, and the other squad was actually stacked too. 96 was a great year for it.
Another one of those jerseys. Looks good in white too. Oh,
MJ in the San Antonio 96.
Pepper.
Oh,
the pepper on there.
The color on this one is just next level. The font, everything about this, I love to death. I picture Michael Jordan in it.
I wonder if it's like a generational thing. Like we love it, and like
people
a 14-year-old would be like, "That shit is hideous." Bro.
Nah,
but
because
it's so good.
Mitchell and Ness has made a lot of money being like, "Nah, this is actually legit."
Yeah.
Number 2, we're staying 90s NBA. I feel like, as you mentioned, it was just an iconic era. Orlando Magic pinstripes.
Oh, so good. And it's back.
And it's back. But we'll start.
Oh, the white.
I mean, look at the warm-up, first of all. I mean, just an incredible warm-up. But you see Shaq in this joint. And the key to this one, can we go forward one or two pictures? This one.
Oh, Penny.
The key to this, look at the short. The star outline cuts into the star. It's just a perfect pair of shorts. That's my favorite pair of basketball shorts. I have some great Cavs ones. The 90s Cavs had a great look. Your Hawks had some great looks in the 90s.
And I'm telling you, a hallmark of a great uniform is it looks good.
White or blue, yes.
Doesn't
home
matter.
or away.
And the Orlando Magic have that.
All right, number 1, no-brainer. The challenge, free agents. the best jersey that's ever been done right here. Also, I mean, look at this lineup right here. We got Johnny Banana, Sans Beer.
None of these people might as well be strangers walking off the street. The jersey is just
But you get to write their name on the white spot? Like, what?
Oh, you know what? You know what, Frank? It's funny you mentioned that because typically the challenge jerseys don't have names, but on the back,
we
got Frank.
And he's got Frank on his ass.
Narf backwards.
Huh? So we've got Frank. This was one of the seasons that they actually put this was interesting. Most of the times they have names. Never do they have numbers. This year they assign them random numbers, and to this day nobody knows what the number is.
2024?
No.
No. I was like, holy.
Why did they put the name on the butt though? Like what?
Sometimes the jerseys didn't have names, and so they branded everything. I think this was one of the first years that Under Armour came on. But anyway, if you wear that jersey, you are an elite competitor in the hardest sport that's ever been created. And shout out to the challenge. And that year, free agents had the best jerseys of all challenges.
Ben Davis actually hit me up yesterday and challenged me on the bike. I was like, when you come in to do your post-challenge interview,
do we need to have Ben in studio? I feel like we need to have Ben.
That's what we'll do when we have him on post-challenge. Great lists all around. Honorable mentions.
Yes,
there's a lot. Atlanta Thrashers, Chicago Blackhawks Red Edition, Hartford Whalers, Eagles Kelly Green, Houston Oilers, fantastic. Jazz 90s we mentioned. Baseball Mariners, like Ken Griffey Mariners, teal and silver, fire. Marlins teal pinstripe, absolutely elite. Diamondbacks purple back in like the Randy Johnson days. And then I have a couple pictures of like Hawks 90s elite with Dikembe Mutombo. Oh, so good. So good. I feel disrespectful for this not making my list, but it's so good. Fiorentina, Florence's Serie A team, their 7-Up jerseys, it's like half white, half purple, and the sponsor was 7-Up. It's like an incredibly rare soccer jersey at this point. All-timer. That's a great one. Netherlands.
Just the orange.
1988, though. Oh, so good.
Oh.
So good, dude. With the captain's armband being the Netherlands flag. Fantastic. Denmark 1986. USA 94 World Cup. There's so many good jerseys.
Soccer's got great jerseys. You could legit go through every 90s NBA jersey. Cavs, Grizzlies, Jazz, Suns, Sonics, like Pistons, that teal Pistons, all of them are sick. The 90s jerseys just cannot be topped. Underrated one, I wish I had gotten a photo of it because it's the only one that you kind of can't like instantaneously remember if you're about our age. Miami Sharks from Any Given Sunday, murdered, just black out, white stripe, zero pop. It's just straight black. Because they didn't want to license anything. It was incredible. Shout out to the Miami Sharks from Any Given Sunday. And Jamie Foxx as Willie Beeman. All-time performance.
Shout out. All right, those are the best jerseys. Frank, do we have any voicemails?
Voicemails!
There it is.
No, I guess not.
Oh.
What's up, boys? I don't know about this Matt the Mailman. Think he's a fraud.
Wow.
Mailman beef.
Hunter the Mailman.
Whoa. Mailman on Mailman.
Yeah, okay. I love you, boys. Have a good one.
We love you, too.
What is that, Hunter? Just called out Matt the Mailman.
Called out Matt the Mailman. We'll see if Matt has a clapback, but Mailman on Mailman crime.
What was that?
Do you think he's skeptical? He doesn't think he delivers mail, you know?
Maybe not.
Hi, boys. It's Noah again. Long-time listener, second-time caller.
What's up, Noah?
Merch idea.
Okay.
Talked about it this episode. I need all three of y'all's faces on a shirt.
All right.
Embroidered, really good quality.
Shout out.
The boys in the back, logo on the back. Give me it in black. Give me it in all the colors. I need a signed one from all three of you boys. Also, the UFC 317 poster just dropped, and usually they suck. But I think this poster is fire.
I'm with you.
You've got Ilya with the Georgian flag behind him. You got Charles with the Brazilian flag behind him. Same thing for the co-main. It's gas. Also, Waffle House orders Frank, GC, New York Rick, let me know. I'm going to try them, and I'll come back with you guys with the review. Yes, sir. Ariel, the Bills suck. Go Ravens.
Okay.
Right. What the fuck is that?
Shout out. I like the merch idea. We go 3 on the front, embroidered, and then the logo on, the back, screenshot. Or screen printed.
I just looked up the 317 poster. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Comparatively. See, we were talking about Waffle House just the other day, and I didn't remember what I actually even ordered there because I thought it was like a chicken and waffle spot, and you were like, nah, it's just like a breakfasty spot.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember.
It's like a diner. Shout out. Love Waffle House.
Sorry, we're not giving you orders because we really just like
All-Star breakfast.
Waffles.
It's all good.
All-Star breakfast, chocolate chip waffle, blueberry if they still offer at your location, 2 eggs scrambled, then I'll go bacon and sausage, toast on the side, done.
Get that.
All-Star special for sure. Cup of coffee on the side. Come on now.
I don't think I've ever been there sober.
If you don't want the All-Star special, get one of the breakfast sandwiches, Texas toast, bacon, egg, cheese. It's fantastic.
Do you know in Texas we just call it toast?
Classic.
Boys, question.
What's up, brother?
What were you guys like in high school? Just out of curiosity. Connor, you kind of seemed like you might have been either one extreme or another. By that I mean like theater nerd / jock. You know, kind of cool. Everybody knows who you are. Fairly popular. Rick seems like he was a theater nerd as well. Or some kind of movie club, something like that. Pretty decently popular. Frank, though. Frank seems like he was the asshole in high school who knew everything, who when somebody would be like, oh, you know, this is this answer, Frank would be like, actually, it's this. Yeah, that sounds like Frank. Frank sounds like the one who got beat up, lunch money stolen a couple times, and then, had one hot girlfriend? So,
At least
he gave me the hot girlfriend.
PC, on the other hand, he was the funny dude. He was the party animal. He's like Frank the Tank, not Frank the Turd. Anyway, just curious. What were you guys like in high school?
He's breathing heavy, huh?
Yeah. Or like right? Something's going on.
So what was the fascination with theater club?
We were both at theater club together.
My high school actually, like, you could compete in theater. Like it would go to
how do they judge it?
Judges would judge it.
If is it like act like you're standing on stage and just doing like an acting performance?
Oh yeah. You would do like a full performance, and my high school was state champions like 3 years in a row
in acting.
Yeah,
shout out.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Damn,
was not in theater. Was not a jock. But like I ran track. I mean nothing crazy. I mean the cardio was built from day one. I don't know. I did win a superlative at a high school, but
what was it?
No, we're gonna let the people guess on what it was.
Okay, maybe that guy can call back in.
800 person, 650, 700 person, like graduating class.
Damn, that's big.
Yeah.
Mine was like 650. I just found out because I went to my 20th reunion and somebody was like, "Yeah, it was like 650." Frank, why don't you go? Then I'll go.
I mean, he was wrong. Well, actually, you know, I don't know.
Actually, he was wrong. Is that where you're going to go?
I was in the robotics team.
Oh, fuck.
So, like, that's pretty nerdy.
He's pretty spot on.
But we got more funding than the theater kids did, and, like, our school was known for having a really cool theater. So, I don't know.
Okay, but we also do have to acknowledge.
As far as the hot girlfriend, that was true, was actually that caller's mom. So.
Oh, wow. There he is. Frankie. Got him.
I was just going to say, though, like, the idea of, like when this guy called, like, Frank getting beat up. Like Frank was like 7 foot tall in high school. I'm sure he wasn't getting beat up by theater.
Frank
kids.
is a sizable man. I don't think getting beat up was the thing.
I, however, was what he described about Frank. I was like the know-it-all kid.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like, well, actually, this and that. I definitely played sports, but I was truth be told, I was more interested in just smoking weed the whole time. I didn't really care about school. I was a
bullshitter in high school. I gave my mom some stress attacks on barely passing classes. I had like a 2.4 GPA. My GPA was shit. That's why I had to transfer in to Georgia later down the road. My parents actually wouldn't even let me apply to Georgia. They're like, wasted $50, you're not going to get in. I was like, damn. All right.
Of the stereotypes, I was like a stoner, if I had to put a designation to it. I was a stoner kid who also played sports.
Yeah. My stereotype was the superlative, and that will leave the mystery up to the
He gave you Frank the Tank status.
No, he gave Pete Frank the Tank status.
He did? Oh, he said, okay. Pete. Yeah, fair enough.
Were any of you Frank the Tank status in college?
No. I did all that stuff in high school, and then I was completely straight-laced in college.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a fraternity, and I was a rush chair for the fraternity. Did quite a bit of drinking in my college days, to say the least.
I was more of the actually guy in college because
I believe
I'm paying for this shit, and I need to know what is actually.
All right,
there'd be some kid who's like, "Oh, are you sure?" I'm like, "Shut up. This is the answer. Let's move on."
So I will say, like, while I did party a lot in college, that is also where I tightened up in terms of grades and like taking myself seriously on getting a career. Like I had like a 2.4 in high school. I had like a 3.8 in college.
Sick.
Oh yeah, I mean no big deal. GPA matters a lot.
None of us did acting.
Job interviews.
Boys, I had a question for you.
What's up, man?
Are you guys able to collaborate with the boys on the MMA Hour? I'm gonna be honest. I listen to both of you guys' show still. I would love a celebration of bets, a culmination of awesomeness. Just saying, No Bets Barred isn't the same without my man GC on it. It would be delightful if come MSG, International Fight Week, if you guys were able to team up, form the superpower of MMA journalism. You both are different entities, yet you both are fucking dope. Just curious, is that something that's possible? I know you guys got a new contract and all that other stuff, so are you guys able to do any of that things with them, or is it like a contract thing?
Yeah, definitely sounds like it.
Are you guys still cool with them? I know you guys kind of take jabs at each other. I mean,
wait a minute,
jokey jabs, but, you know, is that still a good relationship? Is that something that could happen? Just curious.
Before you guys respond, callers, don't call us while you're driving. Like,
damn, who's taking jabs, bro?
I was going to say, I don't take jabs. Do you take jabs?
No.
So then that means they're taking jabs at us?
I try to be nice about it all the time. Yeah, no, I mean, I doubt a collaboration is going to happen just because of where we're at now. But yeah, I'm still cool with all of them.
Shout out to
I actually might link up with Jed at UFC Atlanta. He hit me up this week and asked if I was coming down. And I said, yeah, man, let's get together. Would be happy to do it. Do miss doing No Bets Barred, but also don't miss doing No Bets Barred.
Yeah.
It was a ton of fun, but it was also a ton of work. It was like 18 months. We did every single card. So like it was something like 70 UFC cards every single week. Did a full breakdown from curtain jerker to main event every single week. So miss it, but also don't miss it.
Yeah, shout out to all our former colleagues at MMA Fighting. He said MMA Hour. MMA Hour is done.
It's tough.
But no ill will. If they're sending jabs, I mean, I need to know.
I don't think they're sending.
I need to know about.
I don't think they're sending jabs.
Boys in the Baku. What's up, guys? Sully from Cape Cod. So I got a quick question. At work, thinking about food, and I'm like, everyone always asks, what would your final meal be if you're on death row? I mean, honestly, I'd probably be too stressed out to eat. I'd be like, I'm about to die. Like, I'm not even hungry, you know? But if I wasn't too stressed out to eat, I would have to go with a ribeye steak, medium rare, mashed potatoes, garlic bread, broccoli, and maybe a side of bacon, just because bacon's awesome. So, love you guys. Keep up the good work.
It's a lot of meat.
That is a lot of meat.
What am I going with? Like a giant sushi platter would be a good one.
I'm eating sushi until I cannot walk anymore. That's mine.
I'm not trusting the prison to provide good sushi.
No, they're getting it from outside, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, a steak, like a really high quality steak, I could do. It's summer. I've kind of been on a little lobster roll run right now.
Lobster rolls
great. A few lobster rolls as of late.
The struggle must be real in Stanford. Huh?
They are, wow. Giving it all away there, Frankie. They are fantastic. Absolutely love them. Yeah, lobster roll, steak.
For me, I
fucking pride.
I just wanna
just loves telling everyone where we live.
I just wanna conveyor belt of
sushi. I have not mentioned this before, but the good news is I'm leaving soon, so it doesn't even matter.
Frank Frank wasn't speaking to air.
You come all the way
I
from
didn't hear that.
Stanford in California every day?
Nah.
Is that where you got the 3-8 at?
Let's just
All right, let's just
move on. Leave it
sushi,
anyway. It
sushi,
doesn't matter.
Chicken fried
sushi.
steak for this guy.
All right.
Chicken fried steak, fire. Biscuits and gravy wouldn't be bad. Okay, next.
What's up, boys? Back. Saleh here again, back from Maui in the beautiful city of Chicago. Wanted to start off by saying Chicago is way superior than New York City.
No.
It's cleaner. People are friendlier. Putting that to the side, though,
That's the
quick question for you guys. Would you rather have the lower body of Zhang Wei Li and the upper body of Francis Ngannou, or the lower body of Francis Ngannou and the upper body of Zhang Wei Li? Really important. Need it for my data that I'm collecting here. Alrighty, peace, boys. Talk to you later.
First of all, shout out. He was in Hawaii last time when he called us, which
I hope that went well.
Yeah.
Upper body of Francis Ngannou and lower half.
Do you want the big legs or do you want the big torso?
I think you go big torso.
I think I'm going Francis legs and Zhang upper body.
All right, I'll take big torso and small.
I feel like I'll be taller and
yeah,
maybe I'll just start working out more.
Yeah, I just feel like people are gonna rip on me for little legs anyway, so might as well keep them.
All right, I'll do the other opposite.
Yo, boys in the back.
What's up, bro?
Jimmer. Shout out Mysterious Frankie. He's the boy. Shout out GC. He's the GOAT. Shout out New York Rick. Also the GOAT. Trying to get the counter up. But
shout out.
Anyways, boys.
Shout out.
My question this week is, if the UFC could have their ideal champion in every single division, who do you think that would be? Like the obvious ones, they'd want Sean to be the champion at 135, Patty to be the champion at 145, at 155. But, yeah, guys, just wanted to get your thoughts. But great shows this week as well. As always, love you guys. Deuce.
Thank you, Jimmer.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, I will actually push back. I think they want Ilia Topuria to be the champion at lightweight. His star power is just unreal. I think at welterweight, they want Islam Makhachev or Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Wait, let's start all the way down.
Okay.
Let's start at flyweight. Let's just go division by division.
You want to know who I think they wanted as a champion?
Yeah.
Kaya Sakura.
I was going to say the same thing,
I think
actually.
they wanted to break into that Japanese market and get Kaya Sakura as their star. Massive YouTube channel, massive following.
If not Kai, I think Moreno probably might be the next guy.
Bantamweight? Sugar? Featherweight?
It would have been Ilya.
It would have been Ilya. Like, Volk's not bad.
I think we have to think of some of the longevity here. Like, you don't necessarily want Volk as your champion because, like, that's going to end at some point soon. Whereas, like, we're thinking, like, who could do it for a bit? I don't know. Maybe Yair. Maybe Yair. Oh, John Silva's not a bad one. Yair's a pretty good one.
155, I say Ilya.
Yeah, at this point.
Welter, Islam or Shavkat?
Yes, Islam. For sure, Islam.
Middleweight, I mean, Shavkat, I know he doesn't really speak a ton of English, but, like, man, the engagement he gets online is just insane. Yeah, middleweight, Hamzat. Light heavyweight, Alex Pereira. Heavyweight. If not Alex Pereira, I would say they would want Yuri.
Yeah, I like that call.
Heavyweight, I think they want John Jones, or if he's going to defend, or if we're playing long game, Tom
It's a longer game, yeah.
Women's strawweight, I feel like they're cool with Zhang Wei Li.
Yep, open China.
Flyweight, Natalia Silva?
Probably.
Honestly.
Or even like Blanchfield, Barber, like you're getting years out of that at that point.
Women's bantamweight, I think they want Kayla Harrison.
I wonder. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter because all roads lead to Amanda Nunes anyway, right?
Yeah. I think they want Kayla Harrison off of a win of
so that they can do the Amanda Nunes fight. Yeah. All right. We mostly agree on that.
What's up, boys? It's Davis. Been in the news a lot lately. Got some breaking news announced by Ariel on his show yesterday. We have decided that the best thing for fans would be to go on the road for all world tournaments and other PFL events. We are done with the wonderful Orlando studios.
Bravo, Don. Bravo.
Saw an interesting thing on the UFC broadcast the other night. Ref cam. Where have I seen that before? The PFL Smart Cage, of course. So, the number one is learning from number two and perhaps they will get rid of that warehouse in the desert, start taking their events on the road like the PFL. Just want to shout out a few upcoming events, of course.
Come on with
June 12th, we got Jackson versus Gene at the
yeah.
Nashville Municipal Auditorium.
Thank you, Don.
Another one I'm looking forward to, of course, the Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas.
Ooh,
the debut of MMA prospect Kevin Lee. He's going to be visiting the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Love Chicago. Used to work for the Cubs, but, go Sox. Some great matchups there. It's a busy summer. Going to be headed to the Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. A lot of events coming up. Can't forget PFL Europe. Going to Brussels on July 5th. And, of course, who could forget Eblin versus Van Steenis at Grand West Arena in Cape Town, South Africa.
PFL Africa, baby.
Now, on to more important matters. Death Stranding 2. Frank, it's coming out June 26th. Can you wait, buddy? Still got to get through that first game. It's tough to play it offline. Don't have any help building bridges and whatnot, but boy, it's going to be a good one. Hideo Kojima. He's an artist. Talk to you guys next week.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, Rick, is that on your radar at all? The Death Stranding? It's Hideo Kojima from Metal Gear Solid has basically a walking simulator, so it's right up your alley. But
yeah,
the real Don Davis has to be unbelievably happy with the Don Davis.
Quote, Don Davis is the best promoter PFL has right now.
I've never been more excited for a PFL event than after talking to that Don Davis right there.
Kevin Lee prospect is about to...
Kevin Lee making his debut. I had almost forgotten about PFL Africa, and now I haven't.
Shout out to Don Davis.
Shout out Don Davis, man.
I mean, he had some points, too.
Yo, shout out boys in the back.
Shout out,
it's
bro.
your boy Kieran from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
I just had one question for y'all this week. What did Frankie mean on last week's show when he said he was going to tickle Little Rick?
Who, me?
Also, shout out GC. Hope I catch you at UFC Atlanta. This will be my first time in person at an event.
Let's
go. I'm super pumped.
I'm pumped too, man.
Keep up the good work, boys. Peace out.
Appreciate you, Karen.
Right now, I'm thinking Drewski. What do you mean by that meme to Frank? What do you mean by that, Frank?
To the allegations that have been presented, we have a gentleman here that serves us coffee,
yes,
free of charge. I've been known to dabble a little too much on the coffee and get a little loose lip with, tickling somebody or...
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. You drank like 6 Cafe Con
Last
lattes
week, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, you drank a shit ton of coffee at the Venezuelan restaurant and started saying some questionable stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Listen, you're welcome to tickle me anytime, Frank. It's okay. Although Little Rick, I don't know what we're...
Whoa.
Hi, this is Cruz calling from Albuquerque by way of LA.
Cruz?
Go Dodgers.
Cruz. Go Dodgers.
I had to call because of all the wives and girlfriend shit-talking that happens every week. Turns out I am a bigger fan than my guy. Most of my friends, family, men at the bar. And thanks to you guys, I do stay on top and up to date. But where are we at? Are there any other girls in the back that are going to call in?
Roll call for the women out there.
You all know other women that keep up to date with everything MMA, UFC. Shout out to Andy and Nick already holding it down.
Shout out.
But let's see, where all the ladies at?
Was that a camera guy, Nick?
Bye.
Yes.
Shout out. Shout out. Wow. First woman voicemail. Yeah, the question, do I know any women keeping up with it? The plethora of women in my life, none of them keep up with UFC.
Yeah, but there are definitely some women. I know there are women in the chat on the YouTube channel. But shout out to Cruz. I think it was Cruz. I think it was kind of low, hard to hear, but I mean, we love you. Thank you for rocking with us. And yeah, let's get a roll call out for more women.
Carly always in the chat.
That's right, Carly.
My girl Carly,
yeah. Shout out Carly. Good shout. Good shout.
Too much for the seat? That era's done. 25 bones. Now everyone's won. PFL listens. Real ones react. Big fights. Fair price. Simple as that. Don.
Was that Don Davis
Yes,
again?
yes.
Did he just leave a poem after the PFL announced that they'd only be charging $25?
I mean, it was bars. It was bars.
Wow. Don Davis continues to elevate. That was unreal.
This is one of the best things going
God,
right now.
it's so good.
Shout out to Donnie.
Yo, dudes, it's Sean Brady calling in. I had to hop on the horn because I was just listening to the show. And, dude, you're sending your offer? I'm about to ascend an offer above your freaking heads, dude. This is unbelievable. You hit me with the fake 30s at first, and now you're going to rub my nose in it like this? Dude, is Azron behind this? Like, I don't freaking get it. I take out Leon, and now I got everybody on my back. What the fuck? I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. I'm in my Nissan Altima. I got my Newport 100s. I'm about to hop on 95 and head down to New York, and I'm going to show you what it's like. All right, dude? I mean, this is getting unreal. This is getting a little unbelievable, okay? I mean, I feel like Avron's breathing down my neck. They just shut down my Uncle Tony's gym off of Tanker Avenue, and I'm freaking out here. This is my third pack of Newports, and last thing, most importantly, dude, Frank, add me on ColecoVision, dude. It's not the Turbo graphics. Hit me on the Coleco. Connor, it's you and me, buddy. I'll be there, I don't know, 2 hours? I don't know. Sorry.
He's on his way.
Hit me on Venmo.
What is Coleco?
It's like an old system. The Frank add me on retro gaming systems is just killing me every time.
Honestly, it's the.
All right. Speaking of this, Sean Brady, if you go on his Instagram story, right now, he is at the Boys and Girls Club of Newark.
Get out! He's in town.
I swear to God, he's right across the street.
I mean, the ducking allegations can't be.
Or he was here this week. All right, Frank. How many more?
Now.
Fucking hell, you're right, Owen.
ColecoVision. Shout out.
What up, boys?
What's good, bro?
Brett from Nebraska.
Brett.
Shout out Tevin Coleman.
Shout out Tevin Coleman. Fucking A.
Just wanted to pitch
Big 30
to you
on that
guys.
Super Bowl team.
I need a pound-for-pound ranking of the best sporting events in the world. And that's it, World Cup, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
Pound for pound.
Okay.
All right, we'll take it into consideration. Maybe coming soon.
Shout out Ndamu Kong Su, another Nebraska legend. Was that a Tevin Coleman shout out? Didn't he go to Indiana? He didn't go to Nebraska.
No, didn't he? Because he shouted him out last time too.
No, he shouted out Amir Abdullah last time.
That's right, he did.
Random Nebraska players. Yeah, bro. He went to Indiana.
Oh wow.
You
might have got it wrong.
Yeah, Tevin
Maybe
Coleman,
he's
man.
from there. Who knows?
Legend on that 28-3 team.
Hey, boys in the back. I watch your show. I really love your show. First of all, shout out to your whole Uncrowned team, including Rick and GC and Frank.
Appreciate that, man.
Of course,
Thank you.
Ariel, Helwani,
Yes.
and to the whole team. And second, I freaking love your show, guys. I really do. And then
Me too.
I live in Naperville, Illinois, but I'm
Shout out
originally
Naperville.
from Kazakhstan.
Oh,
and Shout out
shit.
to the whole team, especially to Rick and GC about that you guys went to the Kazakh restaurant
Yes,
right
sir.
before UFC 310 in
Shout out to Farida
in Manhattan,
downtown.
New York, to Farida restaurant.
Yes,
Kazakh
sir. There it
restaurant.
is. Let's
And
go.
Shout out to the GC that he's still keeping he still has a Kazakh national hat in his back.
Yes, sir.
During the show. So I know, GC, you are the big fan of Shavkat Rakhmonov, and I know that Rick is expecting the Shavkat Rakhmonov being the champion at the end of 2025. So big shout out to you guys. But the only one thing you
Okay.
guys did a mistake on Wednesday's
Uh-oh.
show, that you guys said the last face-off between the fighters during the UFC event was between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili. No,
Oh,
the
in the
last
cage.
time the face-off between the fighters was at UFC
Shavkat and
310 between Shavkat Rakhmonov and Bilal. Come on, guys. Put some respect on Shavkat. Have a wonderful day, guys. Love it.
Gotta love
Take
My
care.
man. What a call,
from
dude.
Kazakhstan via Naperville.
I love
Shout
it,
out.
man. That was a true Kazakh. Some of the nicest people we've ever met down at
Frida's was incredible.
Some of the best food we've had too. Shout out. I need a Shavkat fight book so I can go back to Farida.
Yep.
What's up, BITB? This is Nathan from Phoenix, Arizona.
Shout out.
I'm in Albuquerque for work right now,
Shout
and I
out.
want to go to the bare knuckle fight in Albuquerque on Friday.
Go.
But I was wondering, if I go alone, do you guys have any tips on going to a live event, and especially BKFC? Thanks. Bye.
Definitely go.
Definitely go. Even if you're by yourself, like it won't matter. They're so fast paced. They're so high energy that like you don't even really need to be with anyone there. Like it's just go. So I highly recommend going. In terms of tips, you don't really need any for BKFC. Like you're just gonna pull up. It's probably gonna be a smaller arena in Albuquerque, but like you're gonna enjoy yourself. I guarantee it.
Get a few drinks, make friends with the people next to you, and have a good time. That's
Legit.
it.
Have a couple beers. Walk in with 2 beers to give to the guy next to you, and then just start yapping and enjoy the fights, man. BKFC puts on a fantastic show.
It's gonna be good.
A loud show as well.
Yeah, audio guy Frank was like, I didn't bring my earbuds. Like it's like, bro, we're watching dudes slug it out with bare knuckles. We don't need earbuds, man.
It's tough.
What's up, boys? Lee from New York here. Shout out to Frank with the top 5 list. Gets me every time.
Shout out, I guess.
Tell me if you agree with me.
Okay.
If John Jones vacates the belt, MSG, Tom Aspinall versus whoever,
all right,
should we ban John Jones from joining K-Side? The camera's going to keep going to them. They're going to keep teasing, oh, he's going to fight. He's going to get his belt back from whoever wins, blah, blah, blah. No. We're crowning Tom Aspinall as a champ, and that is it. It's his night, the next superstar for the UFC. No more John Jones. Leave it be. Thanks, boys.
I agree, but I don't think it's something you have to worry about. Here's why. Tom Aspinall versus XYZ person for the belt, that means they're out of the John Jones business for that moment. They don't want John Jones' shadow hanging over Tom Aspinall potentially becoming undisputed champion, or if he's already undisputed champion, defending that. So I don't think the UFC would have John Jones there, because all that does is cast a shadow on that. Now, if John Jones is saying like to the UFC, hey, put me there because I'm ready to fight now, different story. I say you do have him. But if they're moving on, John Jones won't be there because they don't want to cast that shadow over Tom's fight.
I agree.
The voicemail box is empty.
Any super chats?
Yes, do we have super chats?
Super chats. Damn right we do. And the Gout Trout sent us quite some love over a series of 6, count them, 6 super chats. There they are for your reading pleasure.
Damn, appreciate that, Gout Trout. We need Pizzi's top 5 methods of cooking potatoes. GC looking good. New York Rick smiles like a Hollywood star. Sparkle. Frank's voice could end wars. Pure seduction. Did you guys look into AFC Wimbledon's history? No, not yet. We owe that to you, Gout Trout. Andy, kicks only versus on-air Jordan, hands only. Who wins?
I'm taking Andy.
I'm taking Andy, kicks only. Shout out to the Gout Trout, man. 2 pounds apiece. We appreciate you, man.
Jordan didn't even have a response.
Yeah,
he's trying. He's trying to count how many times you say shout out and respond.
Yeah. What do you need? I mean, I can't hit a woman, so Andy automatically wins because she'd kick me and I'd probably cry.
Are you implying that if you could hit a woman, you'd beat up Andy?
Breaking the fourth wall.
I didn't say that. I just said if she kicked me, I'd cry. So she wins no matter what.
Jordan, nicest guy.
We actually had a full conversation about this earlier. That's not how it went down.
Oh, wow.
Darren Miguel writes,
Darren,
thoughts on the ref cam?
Go.
I love it. Yeah.
Go. Keep it up.
Always use
sick.
It. Yeah.
On finishes like that, it's incredible.
Agreed.
Meta. Shout out. Threads.
Corbin says, yes or no, does the UFC create a 165-pound division in the future, perhaps after Dana steps down? And do you guys want a new division?
I've never been like a super high on 165 guy. Don't think it needs it. Don't think the UFC does it.
Because if you do 165, you have to shift 170 to 175. I don't think
the juice is not worth the squeeze there.
Yeah.
Bougie Alpaca. I've seen them all. That's the best interview you guys have had yet. It was great. Clap, clap.
Oh, we appreciate that, Bougie Alpaca. A lot of that is just on Jordan Leavitt being incredibly introspective and a very interesting guy and willing to talk to us for like 40 minutes. So shout out to Jordan Leavitt. We really, really appreciate him joining.
Agree.
I appreciate the compliment, man.
Thank you, yeah.
Sleeto slides in. After Holland's media, bro is more focused on pretending to be a star than he is about getting better. Also, every Boys in the Back interview was better than the last.
Appreciate it again on the interview, man. Means a lot, really does. We try to research these and really know the guests before they come on, so that does mean a lot. In terms of Kevin Holland, he's always kind of been a yapper. Like, he's always kind of looking to talk shit. I don't think anything's changed.
I don't think Kevin Holland even necessarily wants to be a star. I don't think that's like my impression of Holland. He just wants to make money.
My impression of him is when someone was like, are you concerned about fighter pay? And he's just like, y'all are so concerned about fighter pay, but you never fight. You're concerned about something you don't do. I think he's just there to get paid, a means to an end. I don't think he's worried about the belt. I don't think he's worried about star power.
Yeah.
And lastly, Benny Avina writes, slightly biased, but the Angel City Connect jersey are top tier. Also, the 80s Rams jerseys are fire too.
Okay, 80s Rams are fire. I really love the ones where it was the white horn instead of the yellow. Eric Dickerson days. Those were fire.
This Angels jersey is quite nice.
Yeah, I love the cream. I love the
Jordan.
cream, the cursive. That's good shit.
At Jordan. It's pretty basic, though. It's not like...
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
If you're a fan, I could see you buying it. I've always liked the Angels with the halo.
You know what I do like? I like when the fonts are a little bit different. That's why I do like that one. Like, when you go those, like, standard Helvetica-looking garbage fonts, it really ruins it. I like the font, but it's okay. It's pretty good.
With you. I think it's fun, especially in a 162-game season, throwing a couple alternates there. All right, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much to everyone who called in for the voicemails. We really appreciate it. Raptor, a bird of prey. Eagle, hawk.
Yeah, a couple odds and ends here. Frank wanted to prove a point. Raptor, bird thing, whatever.
Is that the only definition?
There's also the informal.
This is the one that he specifically sent to me.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Because obviously there's multiple definitions.
We listed odds and ends.
Yeah, I have seen a picture of Mario Bautista. Can confirm Wario.
There Wario Bautista. Let's go heel. Let's go heel. I love it.
I feel like if he does heal off, we need to interview him next week.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yes.
Tell us about your
Wario.
heel. Yeah.
Call him Wario. He's going to be like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Who is Wario? All right. Any other odds and ends? Okay. I'll take that as a no. Thank you so much.
Wow. 78. Shout out to 78 and 79, and now shout out to
100 one of these days. Thank you so much to Frank, Jordan, and Andy in the back. Andy especially for the help on the Fight Feast. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for you guys for watching. Couldn't do it without you. Thanks so much to Jordan Leavitt for joining us. That was a fantastic conversation. Looking forward to the next time we talk to him. Thanks for the super chats. Thank you for the voicemails. Watch the crack tomorrow. Pizzi will get you ready after the weigh-ins for UFC 316, and then come watch us on Saturday. We'll get you through UFC 316. We'll react to our bets. We'll have fun for a very fun card. Until then, we'll see ya.